And starting up front, we'll get started with the big bodies. We run a 3-4 style defense, so our down linemen are going to be in senior number 50, Jackson Crafton. On one edge, we're going to see junior number 54, Date Garrett. Followed on the other side of things, our sack leader from a year ago, junior number 30, Aiden Jones. Then our 4 linebackers is going to be leading linebacker, number 20, Caden Bennett, the senior, followed up by junior number 43, Jackson Gass. Then on one side, we're going to have a sophomore in number 33, Gene Velasco. Now, Gene, I talked about him this morning on the little morning hit that we did with Will Cody in the morning, and that is a big young man. He is right at 6 foot, 220 pounds as a 15-year-old sophomore. And so I look for him. He just played in 5 games a year ago. I look to call Velasco's name quite often this season, as he's going to probably take a big step forward as he has grown from a freshman into a sophomore, another year of development. And then on the other side of things, we're going to see senior number 83, Jamarius Franklin. And then our defensive backs are going to be senior number 10, the quarterback, going both ways, number 10, Brady Delk, followed up by junior number 24, another one who's going to go both ways, Xavier Hampton. And then who is probably most likely to be our leading rusher on the season, senior number 6, Blake McPherson. And then junior number 3, rounding out the defense, Skylar Rickman. And we've got a lot of players on this team. We got a big roster, which is kind of exciting for me, just to be able to see some of these younger kids get out there and hopefully make some plays, as we see a lot of the student body roll in right about now. I see some stomachs painted up. That's exciting right there. I love that the student bodies made the trip. That's great right there. And then moving forward with our offense, as we're still about 8 minutes away from kickoff. We'll start with the big boys up front. I know Coach Max Cheney said that he was excited about the big bodies up front. And I'm going to start with the right tackle, sophomore number 78. Speaking of Cheneys, John Parker Cheney. I saw that young man out on the field, Brian, and that young man is a big boy. He ain't even full grown yet, and that is a big boy.
He's a big man.
Yeah, he's listed at 6'4", and with them cleats on, he looks closer to 6'6". That's going to be imposing to every defensive end that tries to get around him. Oh, my goodness, the referee showing off some athleticism, hopping over that fence out there. My Lord, he looked like a superhero. He went down on that thing like Captain America. But anyways, we'll get back to the offensive line. We're going to follow that up with sophomore number 62, Carter Grimes, and then sophomore number 55, Donovan Dudley. And then over in one of the other guard spots is going to be junior number 53, Jacob Spears. And then one of our 6 players going both ways is going to be senior number 50, Jackson Crafton. And then into the backfield. We'll start there. Possibly who I might see as our leading rusher on the season. Senior number 6, Blake McPherson. Junior number 30, Aiden Jones. And then junior number 24, Xavier Hampton. We're going to have a big time as we're going to do a lot of talk about the wing T. We got 3 running backs here that I could expect to, any one of the 3, to lead us in rushing on the season as far as total touches and yards goes. But I expect Aiden Jones to be a much more of a short yardage back. Wouldn't you think, Brian? He had 10 a year ago, and also plays the defensive end, kind of a bruiser.
Yeah, and you need that in this type of offense, because typically, if you don't get it on first and second, you're typically going to have a third and short. In this type of offense, you need somebody you just give that ball to, bam, first down, move the chains.
Guaranteed 1 or 2 yards ahead there. Not quite the Philly special running the tush push, but that young man, he's going to pound it ahead, as he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. But then out on the X, the wide receiver, starting wide receiver on this team is going to be junior number 2, Brody Perry. And then running that Y position, the all-important Y, is going to be senior number 20, Caden Bennett, who is more than likely going to lead this team in tackles on the season between him and Jackson Gass. But Caden, his role on this offense can't be understated, as he's going to line up out wide. He's going to line up in the slot. He's going to probably line up in the backfield a lot of times, Brian, running this wing T, and as well as in the tight end position. So we're going to be able to tell more than likely which direction they're even going to run the football, right, based off of where that Y player is lined up.
And, I told you a couple of weeks ago, in this offense, there's not a lot of different, what I would say, plays or sets, but what you do find is a lot of different moving parts, if that makes sense. And you're right. Look to see where that Y position's going. Most of the time, you can kind of figure out where the ball's going. Now, the one disadvantage to that is if we can figure it out, obviously the defense can. So there's always something, up Coach Chaney's sleeve there to change it up a little bit.
Yeah. I'm looking down here on the field right now. We've got 4 captains out there, and they are led by the quarterback, number 10, Brady Delk, number 6, Blake McPherson, number 50, Jackson Crafton, so 3 seniors, and number 53 in the junior, Jacob Spears. So 3 seniors and a junior. We're going with upperclassmen here for our Franklin-Simpson Wildcats as this game's captains. We're here at Warren East, which I don't know if any of our listeners have been here before, but this football field is a sight to behold.
Smurf turf. Smurf turf is what they call it affectionately or unaffectionately, I guess.
I've heard that.
Depends on who you ask, I guess. But we are getting ready to have our coin flip, Cody, so I'll go over the officials for tonight's game.
Fantastic.
Thank you to Charles Lewis. And one thing about doing a ball game here, once you get a seat to set in, outside of that, they'll always take good care of you. The referee tonight's this is a good crew. Referees Hilton Isabel, umpire Bernie Fugate, linesman Tommy Burris, line judge is Jason Morgan, back judge is Avery Collier, field judge DeAndre Fugate, and the side judge is Jason Hutchinson. So those are your officials for this first game of the season tonight. And thank you again to Charles Lewis for getting that information over to us.
I know Charles from Western Kentucky.
Yep.
He's
a Hilltopper through and through now.
Absolutely. Yes, we are. We are Hilltoppers through and through. He'll be with me tomorrow, I believe, up in the new booth at Western Kentucky University.
Now, what are your responsibilities up there?
Well, tomorrow I'm actually going to be PAing that game.
Okay.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
It'll be my back-to-back seasons PAing first game of the year with the Western Kentucky University Hilltoppers. They're going to be taking on the Sam Houston Bearcats in a Week 0 matchup, which is going to be super.
Absolutely.
For a opening weekend to be running a Conference USA matchup that has huge implications. Now, we expect our Hilltoppers to win. I think ESPN predicted them to be approximately a
10-point favorite, I think, right now.
Yeah, I think I saw it up to 70%, and then it was back down to 63, something like that.
Franklin won the toss and deferred. So Whites Creek will get the ball first, and Wildcats would like to play defense first, Cody, which is pretty typical. If you win the toss in high school, for sure, you typically defer. College is a little different. If you have an offense like Western, you want to get that ball sometimes.
Yes.
But in high school, usually whoever wins the toss defers, so they'll get the ball to start the second half.
And the cheerleaders have got a banner up here, and our Wildcats are going to run through that banner, and the banner reads, "Winners wear blue." And I love that because the Wildcats tonight are in the royal blue tops with the silver pants. And
we are the listed home team tonight, by the way.
Nice. I love it. And we're going to be taking on Whites Creek Cobras. And the Whites Creek, they're pretty much in the all-white uniforms, and I can't tell if that's a navy. I'm pretty sure it's a navy blue lid that they've got on their helmets.
Let me go over just what little information I have on them with you, Cody. Their quarterback, Holland, threw the ball 86 times last year for 846 yards, 12 touchdowns. But here's the impressive number, no interceptions.
Ooh.
And you're playing 4A football in the state of Tennessee and throwing the ball almost 100 times, and you don't throw any interceptions. That in and of itself, that tells me a couple of things. Either he's really good, or they're throwing a lot of screens.
Yes.
Screen passes not as apt to get picked off. So, but definitely that tells me they're going to come out and throw the ball because he is back this year, so they'll throw the ball tonight. He also carried the ball 11 times and ran for 1 touchdown. His favorite target last year was a young man by the last name of Holland. He caught 13 receptions for 317 yards, 6 touchdowns. 4 of those were receiving. And on defense, this young man should be back. I should have wrote his number down. I did not. Keith Davis. We'll probably call that name some tonight. He averaged 12 tackles a game last year. So now again, if he's playing in a linebacker position, that means you more than likely you've gained some yards before you get to him. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that plays out as well. So that's all the information I could dig up on the Whites Creek Cobras.
That's Lane Alford numbers there as far as tackles go.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, that's huge.
I don't care what class you're playing in. 12 tackles a game gets the job done. It really does.
Absolutely. And, where Whites Creek is located there, just right outside of Goodlettsville, that's big time.
Yeah.
That 4-7, it might sound like, oh, man, that's a down year. But in that area, I mean, they play some big-time football around there.
And they did lose their last 5 games. So they're on the program's on a 5-game losing streak. You better believe they're going to come out here tonight and want to change that, right?
Absolutely.
So, here we go.
As Brody McAllister, our junior kicker, gets set for kickoff. Hand raised, goes down.
We're underway, my man.
Oh, what?
Squib kick out of bounds.
Kick out of bounds down to the 30.
Penalty.
Yep. Well, I wasn't expecting that.
Probably not the way that you wanted that to start, but
White Creek will start first and
be at the 35, I think. Yep. No. 38.
Up to the 38-yard line. Whites Creek will start this game. We've got Friday night football action here at Warren East High School. Welcome in, everybody, if you're just joining us to 92.3 WFKN. My name is Cody Schuler. Alongside me, the legendary Brian Talley.
I'll send you the $20 I told you if you call me a legend enough tonight. I'll give you that $20 next time I see you, okay?
Man in motion, back to pass, out to the right side now, and he is going to be swarmed and dropped for. No, he's gotten away. He is backtracking. He's cutting it back across the field. He's got blockers. He's got a line and a lot of speed. He's up to the 45 and out of bounds.
All right.
Right at the first down marker.
So that answers one of our questions. He threw the ball, but he threw it short. And what they're going to do, they're going to throw screens and try to depend on their team speed to get back to the other side of the field. And on the first play, it definitely worked.
Absolutely. All the way back up for an even 10 yards now on that screen out to the right. He got away from 3 Franklin defensive backs out there. Maybe another screen out to the right side. Oh, my goodness.
Much going on there.
Blown up by number 24, Xavier Hampton, the junior. I mean, he blew up that would-be blocker.
Brady Delk was over there, too, I think, Cody.
gain of 1 to the 49. It'll be 2nd and 9 for White Creek.
They gave him a yard, so it's 2nd and 9. But, yeah, 2 plays, 2 screens.
Pardon me.
I called that and had never seen them before. So.
Pardon me. That was Caden Bennett that blew up that would-be blocker.
Okay.
Handed off on the left side now. He's
nothing
run down,
there.
Nothing there. Brought down in the backfield by number 43, Jackson Gass.
Ball's on the ground.
Fumble!
No, they're saying he was down. He was down.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, both officials had it, so Jackson Gass blew that up.
All gas, no brakes. There he goes.
Recovered by White Creek. Loss of 2.
Loss of 2 there on the play.
7-yard line.
We're going to go 3rd down now. Going to be a long 3rd. 3rd and 11 for the Cobras.
With a team that it looks like Cody's not going to be comfortable throwing the ball down the field, so it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do here.
On their own 47-yard line, up close to midfield. Quad's right.
He's going to keep it.
Yep, he's going to keep it. He gets away from 2 tacklers. Gets past the
close.
3rd. Dove for it.
He's about a yard short. They'll
Sure
go for
is.
that. In plus territory, 4th and 1, they'll go for that, I think.
Yeah, that's going to be the call. Offense is staying out on the field. Going to be a 4th and 1. Let's see what kind of jumbo package that the Wildcats have in store here. That is one athletic young man
Yeah.
at quarterback. He
Yep.
made 3 tacklers miss in order to get up 9 yards there. Running shotgun the entire time so far has been the Cobras.
Franklin jumped off.
Jumped off sides. Sure enough, nose tackle. Number 54, that one was on to Tay Garrett. Jumped off sides there. And it's going to be an automatic first down, Brian. Brian, what are you feeling about this offense so far?
I like it. I'm shocked that it's similar to what I thought it would be. You know, sometimes you can figure things out just looking at numbers. And I mentioned the fact that he threw it that many times and didn't have any interceptions. He's not going to throw the ball down the field. But, man, he's sneaky with the ball too, Cody, when he decides to run with it.
Tripp's right, man in motion, and they're going to throw it out there to nobody being home. It was a short pass, continuing with the short passing game. Going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Now, if you're Franklin, what you have to have in the back of your mind, okay, they're throwing short. Don't get beat long out of the blue.
We're still sticking with our 3-4. Jamarius Franklin, the senior, he's lined up outside right now. Our boys are still looking good. Jackson Gass been flying around all over the field so far for the Wildcats. Lined up in the shotgun, 5 wide receivers here, all stacked in tight. Man comes in motion, going to hand it off, running off the left side. Going to be out of bounds. A huge hit right there. They are fired up.
Was number 24.
Xavier Hampton out on
that
on the right side. That's going to bring up 4th and long. 3rd and 9, pardon me. I thought that was 4th down.
So again, what you would traditionally say is a for sure passing down, but if the quarterback kept it, I wouldn't be surprised with that either.
Now we're going to go trips right again. This is kind of the style offense that they are sticking with throughout every down. Back to pass, throws deep down the left side. Xavier Hampton is
He's got him, man. That's a touchdown.
And that is a long touchdown.
That's about as good a catch at the high school level as you'll see.
That would be on ESPN's You Got Mossed. That was a phenomenal catch there on the left side, diving back. Had a fistful of jersey trying to fight off Xavier Hampton, but that was a clean catch. A little bit of hand fighting was all. That was a 38-yard bomb down the left side to put Whites Creek on the board. Wow, what a phenomenal catch on that. They're going to stay in and go for 2.
That's a 62-yard drive, capped off, as you said, in a 38-yard touchdown pass.
They're going to run it up the middle here, and he is stuffed. So we're looking at a 6-0 ball game here to get this one started after that pass was a dime. He dropped it perfectly in the breadbasket right about the goal line, maybe a yard deep on the left side here on Smurf Field at Warren East, home of the Raiders. We'll see them later on this season.
Yeah,
but
we'll be back up here later on,
Yeah. Wow. After those short passes, I'm not sure I was expecting that ball.
I said, the defense would need to pay attention because they might go deep, and they did. And I don't think that was a lack of concentration or effort on the Wildcats' part. Sometimes you just tip your cap and say, that was a heck of a pass, right?
I got sent over here by one of my coaches. I got to go to one of my other coaches and say he was up here in the booth.
Yeah.
I don't know if he up top.
Go through that.
Well, here comes Whites Creek special teams now. They're going to be set up to kick off to our Wildcats. That was just a phenomenal play. As I said, that's one that you would see on Sports Center's You Got Mossed because falling back, running down the left side there, just an unbelievable catch. Looks like we got Xavier Hampton back to catch this one. And that looks like it's going to be number 20, Caden Bennett, the senior, and the juniors back there to receive on this kickoff. 6-0 here early in the first quarter. Whites Creek over Franklin-Simpson. That one's right up the middle. Hampton's going to field it cleanly.
He's at the 15.
Bringing it up. Tackled just beyond the 30, 31, 32-yard line.
20, Caden Bennett.
Now, our Franklin-Simpson Wildcats are going to take the field for the first time this 2025 season. we expect a full-on rushing attack. Lots of misdirection. Here comes Brady Delk for the first time his senior season. Brady, a fine young man. His father, a college athlete. He's going to set up under center. We got 2 running backs in the backfield. Hand it off up the right side. He's going to go
wide
off.
open.
Oh, and my goodness, there he goes. That's going to be number 6, Blake McPherson. He's going to fight for more yardage all the way down to the Whites Creek Cobras 23-yard line. A huge run off the right side there for Blake McPherson.
And 10, Franklin-Simpson.
Going to set up 1st and 10 near the red zone.
37-yard run there, Cody.
Well, that's one heck of an answer, I believe.
That's a nice answer. Now you got to finish it off.
Absolutely. Now, 2 setbacks under center. Hand it off the right side again. He slips, and he's going to fight for maybe a yard there. And that was number 22, Cole Alford.
On the carry for Franklin-Simpson. Brought down by
Now,
Whites Creek's number 57.
I heard from a little bird, we'll say, that Coach Max Chaney has some tricks up his sleeve for this season. Had a source tell me that we might see some different things this season. And I don't know how soon that we could see some of these things on the offensive end, but I'm told we might get a little bit away from the wing T, play a little bit a different style offense from time to time. But I don't think tonight's going to be that. Goes in motion, does number 24, Xavier Hampton. He's going to run it off the left side, try to cut it back, and he's going to slip and get down to about the 20.
It's going to bring up around the 3rd and 7, I think, Cody.
Brian, correct me if I'm wrong, but these are not the moments that we want to see as Franklin-Simpson fans when we we need to be. This is for most a definite passing situation.
If Franklin gets to 3rd down, you want it to be 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, not 3rd and 7.
Delk is in there, giving the signal.
We'll see how aggressive the Wildcats want to be here. You're in 4-down territory if you don't get it. You can still get the 1st down. You got 2 downs to get it.
Runner goes in motion, 1 lone setback, heavy on the right side.
Coach Chaney didn't like something, so he called a timeout, Cody.
Yep, timeout Wildcats.
That's their first timeout.
Our first timeout. So we're going to take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be right back with you with more Wildcat football live on 92.3 WFKN.
My favorite thing about working here is getting to serve the community and help people with their electric and their fiber internet.
We're local, so we live and work right here in Franklin, so taking care of our neighbors isn't just business, it's personal. Fiber means faster, more reliable internet for work, school, and entertainment without lag or buffering.
It's more than power and fiber, it's about peace of mind.
We're not just an electric company, we're neighbors.
Welcome back in, everybody, to 92.3's WFKN. My name's Cody Schuler. Alongside me, the legend, Mr. Brian Talley, taking in some
Keep on saying that, please.
The Franklin-Simpson Wildcat football team kicking off the 2025 season.
I have to tell you, my wife has already texted me and said, "Oh, you're a legend now."
I love it.
I'm not sure she would agree with that assessment, but
I love it. Looking at a 3rd and 7. Heavy on the right side, hand off to McPherson. McPherson's going to take it wide. He's going to get out there, and he's going to be in for a 1st down all the way down to the 5.5 yard line. Strong right side running right now behind the sophomore tackle, John Parker Chaney. We've been stacking that right side quite often. Caden Bennett doing some damage out there, finding some contact, not just on the defensive side of the ball, but as well as the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, the 2 times the Wildcats have chose to run right, they've had a lot of luck. Left, not so much, so I would expect them to lean on that right side of that line a little more.
3 running backs.
There we go.
Running back off that right side, McPherson. He's going to stumble and get knocked back and then fall forward for about 3 or 4 yards.
Down at the 1, I think.
No, I saw Jackson Gass in there as a lead fullback that time.
That's not a bad idea.
And he's out there looking like Mike Allstott right now.
Yeah.
What a big-time pop that was. I just watched him lead that all the way. And, man, he's finding some contact. 3 down running backs. Delk under center. Here's the handoff right up the middle. He's going to pound it in.
Touchdown.
For the first time this season. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Coach Cheney puts a 1 in the air, so the Wildcats will try to kick the extra point here and take the lead.
Here comes number 9, the junior, Brody McAllister. Kicked a 40-plus yarder this past season, I believe it was, cementing himself there as this team's kicker. Also a fantastic soccer player, basketball player at Franklin-Simpson, multi-sport athlete. On for the extra point. Delk the holder. Here's the kick. Blocked. Whites Creek got through on that one and blocked it. Wow, showing some speed off the edge. We're going to hold true at 6 apiece here with just under the 5-minute mark to go at Warren East High School, kicking off the 2025 Franklin-Simpson season. Taking on
Wildcats.
Not your, but taking on the Whites Creek Cobras out of Tennessee, down outside of Goodlettsville on Old Hickory Boulevard. I see girls basketball coach Ashley Taylor there. Shout out Coach Taylor. Had a phenomenal last few years. What a treat that's been for us in our town, seeing
What a program she's built just in the short time she's been around.
I mean, what a phenomenal year that's been. We saw one of our assistant coaches, Coach Savage, I believe that was, head on over to Russellville City School.
Yep.
It's been a great time watching that program for me, just as a fan. I got to call a few of their games this year. It's been a great time. All right, now here comes Brody McAllister again to kick off. I anticipate we'll see a little better kickoff this time as Whites Creek is set to receive. Hand up, hand down. Here's the kick, and we're going to try an onside again, and he's got it Pat McAfee style. Onside kick recovered by the kicker. My goodness, he lets it travel that 10 yards, and he has fallen on it. Franklin-Simpson football. Wow, was not anticipating that. I full-on anticipated him. Brian, with that onside kick there, he let it travel that 10 yards. Just like I'm sure you've seen 100 times from Pat McAfee on your TikTok feed or whatever it is you've seen in Facebook Reels. He laid it down and fell right on top of it.
And, you know, Cody, you mentioned some different things. There's a thing you don't expect early in a game, early in the season, a 6-6 ball game, try an onside kick, and you get it. So,
yeah,
a nice wrinkle there from Coach Cheney.
2 down backs in the backfield, heavy off the left side. A little bit of misdirection, goes right up the middle. He might have gotten a yard.
Because I think, Cody, that first drive told the Wildcat coaching staff, we can move the ball against this defense. So
yes.
The disadvantage the first drive showed was their offense can move it against our defense. So the longer we can keep the ball in our hands, better off we're going to be.
Absolutely. Running the football means a moving clock, which means we control the clock, which means we control our own destiny. And out here with a little bit of heat and humidity, double handoff this time goes up the middle, and that's going to make it all the way down to about the Whites Creek 41-yard line. Still looks like it's going to be about a 3rd and 5 on this one. The double handoff there, a little bit of trickery. Whole lot of misdirection, as we've said a few times, in this wing T offense. Running off the field here is Brody Perry. Going to bring up a 3rd and 5. I expect Blake McPherson here.
For sure, yeah.
2 down backs, heavy on the right side. Nope. Brady's going to keep it, and he's going to try to bounce it out. He's going to dive down to about the 38.
He's close. Yard, maybe?
I would imagine we'll still go for it.
Oh,
here.
yeah, you're going for this. 4th and 1. In your opponent's territory, yeah, you're going for this.
You know, when this thing started, we were right at about 86 degrees. We're still holding true at 84 right now, and that nose tackle for Whites Creek is down on a knee.
Yeah.
The defensive end, he's bent over, hands on the hips a little bit out there for Whites Creek. These young men are getting gassed at this point.
That turf is not warm at all. That's a stop on 4th down.
It sure is. Whites Creek blew that up.
Sure did.
Number 5 for Whites Creek blew that up in the backfield. They had about 4 players get through that line that time. They were ready for everything that Franklin-Simpson was throwing at them. That's a turnover on downs, going to be Whites Creek football, 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line.
Cody, I'm part of this season a group on Facebook. Well, it's a text group that sends updates from high school football games from around the area, as these are all from broadcasters. So
yeah, let's hear
the
it.
first update we've got tonight: Station Camp, Tennessee leads Allen County 7-0 at the end of the first quarter.
Okay.
So we'll have that handy all season long as well, especially on nights when we're all playing at the same time. We're playing rather early tonight, so there'll be some games start at 7, I'm sure.
5 wide receivers, quads right, and they're going to throw a wide receiver screen yet again, and he's going to get about a gain of 2 or 3 on that one. Man, I tell you what, you've got a good son right there, because I see him coming with a ice cold Coca-Cola.
I think it's cold now, Cody. I mean,
yeah, we got a cold one now.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you,
feel
Aaron.
that thing
We appreciate
now.
it.
I mean,
now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
I stopped by our hometown BP station right there on Hillcrest every time that I've got a ball game. Back to pass from shotgun. Going to go deeper in the right field this time again, and that one's going to find its way just out of bounds, off the mark, about 2 or 3 yards. He was thrown into double coverage right there, the quarterback for Whites Creek.
I was going to say he was throwing that ball where only his guy could catch it. He actually threw it where nobody could catch it, and that's probably was the right thing to do in the double coverage. Just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Yes. Going to bring up 3rd and about a long 8. Two receivers right, 2 receivers left, 1 running back in the backfield, still running out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. He's looking left, coming in like a freight train off the right side. He completes the pass to the left, and that's going to be caught.
Ball, he was down.
Lost the football, recovered by Brady Delk, but he's going to be ruled down. So now we're going to be looking at probably the punt team for Whites Creek, looking at a 4th and 8 here from their own 41.
Tyler Eaton would tell you that he doesn't know how I made it through this far of a broadcast without a Coke. So,
my wife also loves Coca-Cola, but she's a Southern Georgia girl, and she probably had Coca-Cola in her baby bottle.
I think I probably did, maybe. I don't know.
I'm a Pepsi Zero guy. The sugar gets me. All right, now here is the punt. It's going to travel about 30 yards. There's a flag on the play, going to make its way all the way down to right at the 20-yard line. Picked up by Whites Creek.
Be interested to see what they're going to call here.
Yeah,
they kind of ran into each other, but I'm not sure either one of them really was the culprit, but they threw a flag, so they think somebody's the culprit.
Yeah, Brody Perry back to receive on that one, and ran into behind the Whites Creek player, but Interference is the call on Whites Creek, so we might get a free 10 yards out of that, maybe 5. I'm not sure exactly what the penalty is here. And, that's going to be right at a 10-yard penalty. And move it from the 20 all the way up to the 30. Nope, they're going to call it where they saw it.
From the 29 up to the 39. No, oh, my goodness, how long of a penalty is that?
That's a 15-yard penalty.
15 yards.
I'm guessing that's a spot penalty. Going to go all the way up to the 44.
Man, if you're Whites Creek, that's a big penalty against you right there.
It sure is. That's a big blow. I didn't realize that was a 15-yard penalty. But it did, in fact, hinder his ability to receive the football. And here comes Brady Delk for the 3rd time tonight. Right now, we are just shy of a minute and a half to go, all knotted up at 6 apiece. I know that this Whites Creek defense, these linemen have got to be starting to feel a little bit of this pounding on this.
They've been out there a long time already.
Sure have. There's the fake. Going to be picked up and ran by Jackson Gass off the right side, a gain of about a yard.
Number 5 for White Creek.
They've kind of, the last couple of times we've had the ball, they've kind of shut that run to the right down a little more than they were early in the game, the first possession especially. So maybe something the Wildcats going to have to adjust on there.
Yeah, it's like they've kind of woken up out there on defense a little bit on what would be the left side of the defense for Whites Creek. We haven't seen them stack it in particular or anything like that as our cheerleaders get to going now and cheering on the Wildcats. Also, I always appreciate a good cheer team.
Yep.
Back in the shotgun for the first time. Fake the handoff to McPherson. Brady's got room to run, and he's going to cut it back, and he's going to make it all the way down to the 30, the 25, the 20. Cut it back again,
Nice
the 15, all the way down to the 13-yard line. Get you some, young man.
I was going to say before that play, he lined up in the gun, and I thought, well, I was going to say the Wildcats might choose to throw the ball for the first time here tonight on that one, but, man, you wouldn't have done any better than that with the throw.
No kidding. I mean, he cut it back twice, made great fakes on that one. Just a phenomenal run on the play.
That's going to do it for the first quarter.
Sure is. As the clock runs down, about 5 seconds left, we are all knotted up at 6 apiece as we're going to see the Wildcats flip the field after the big-time run out of the shotgun by the senior Brady Delk. A score early on by Whites Creek on a 38-yard bomb, and then the Wildcats come right back and punch it in on a goal line 1-yard run. And we're knotted up at 6 apiece. So, Brian, man, this has been a great first quarter, man. I couldn't be more excited to be here with you.
Wildcats hit the field. The best seat in the house isn't the stadium. Rack House Restaurant and Bar is your official Franklin-Simpson watch party headquarters. Every game, all season long. Bring your crew and grab your favorites from our made-from-scratch menu and catch every touchdown, basket, home run on multiple screens. Rack House Restaurant and Bar in Franklin, Kentucky, where Wildcat Nation gathers. See you at the game, right here.
I'd love to see them punch it in right here.
They need to. Need points.
Go on and beat down that defensive line a little bit more. 20 seconds.
As we start the second quarter, it'll be first down and 10 at the White Creek 13 for Franklin-Simpson.
Welcome back into 92.3 WFKN's live coverage of Franklin-Simpson Wildcat football. My name's Cody Schuler. Alongside me, the legend, Brian Talley. As Franklin-Simpson heading into the start of the second quarter here, all knotted up against Whites Creek, 6-6. Just took a first down run from the 15 down to about the 8-yard line, it looks like. Going to be second and 3?
Second and 5.
Second and 5, okay.
Second about 5.
Let's see what kind of package they run with. We got 2 down backs, a heavy set. 1 lone wide receiver out there. Going to try and run it out there on the left side, searching for the corner, and he's going to be dragged out of bounds. This is number 24, Xavier Hampton, about the 2-yard line.
Think that should be good enough for a first down, though. It is.
First down, Wildcats.
First and goal. Yep.
It'll be good enough for a Franklin-Simpson first and goal from the White Creek 2-yard line.
Pound, pound, pound this football. I'm loving it right now. We're not even in the heat. And I tell you what, I'm sweating a little bit up here in this booth.
Yeah, it's kind of warm up here.
We got a little bit of warmth up here. I don't know if it's more humidity. 3 down linemen, a little bit of misdirection off the left side. Touchdown, Wildcats. Blake McPherson in for the tutty. Make it a 12-6 ball game. Here comes the junior, Brody McAllister, now on. for the extra point attempt. The last one was blocked. Whites Creek came in screaming off the edge, and it wasn't even remotely close. Late running onto the field there is Dudley. Kicked up and through the uprights this time. 13-6 Wildcats with 10:41 left in the second quarter. That one capped off by a 2-yard run by Blake McPherson, highlighted by the big run out of the shotgun by the quarterback, Brady Delk, the senior. And we're seeing a whole lot more of exactly kind of what we expected. Just beating down the other team at the line of scrimmage, showing the power that is the big bodies of this offensive line.
You know, if there are some advantages, obviously, to the wing T, one of those advantages is not a lot of people run it anymore. And I would venture to say that in Tennessee, where that's a state that likes to throw the football, I'm sure they do not see this type of offense ever, probably. Very seldom, if ever. So that's another thing working in the Wildcats' benefit as well, running a type of offense that is, in this day and time, a little bit unusual.
Now let's see what Brody McAllister is in here to do this time. Lined up right at 10 yards is Whites Creek this time. I expect him to kick it away.
Nope.
Yep. Squibbed again, just down to the 32-yard line. Picked up. Whistle.
His knee went down. His coach won't like that.
No, he will not. But they're going to pick it up for 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. You know, Nick Saban once talked about how he hates scheduling games against teams like Old Dominion because of the style of offense that they play, and they have to prepare for that one random style of offense for the entire season and have to install an entire game plan, a new language for that defense to be able to go against that. And we're kind of seeing that right now probably for Whites Creek, because down there around Goodlettsville, they play a lot of teams out of Nashville, big-time 4A football. They're probably not used to seeing this wing T as they hand it off out of the shotgun up the middle. Maybe a gain of a yard.
And interestingly enough to me, and you know, obviously I'm not a coach, but they've kind of went away from what they had success with early in the game, kind of those short screen throws. For some reason now they've kind of went away from that. Maybe they're just trying to mix it up to let the Wildcats see something different, but I expect to see the ball in the air on this 2nd and 9.
4 wide receivers out, 1 lone receiver goes in motion, trips left now. He's going to remain in motion. They're going to throw it out there, try and throw another wide receiver screen. We've got 2 Wildcats on top of it, pulling it in. Another third one gets down. He's going to get away again, and he's going to be gang tackled, pulled back now.
Yeah, the best thing he could have done would just been fall about 6 or 7 yards ago, because he lost a lot of yardage.
He sure did.
Trying to dance away.
I think it's going to go down as about a loss of 5 on the play as he got gang tackled. Our PA calls a loss of about 4.
3rd and 13.
Well, they have shown the ability to throw it deep.
And I was just going to say, watch the deep ball here.
Some long, rangy-looking receivers, and especially as the wide receiver, number 7 out here closest to us, trips right, and he's looking left, looking back. He's going to pull it down. It looks like he's going to run. You know, he's going to throw it deep. He's got a man wide open in the middle of the field, number 7, and he's going to go way deep. He might score. Pushed out of bounds.
Out to 5.
Wow.
He was about I think I could have threw that ball to him. He was wide open, Cody Schuler.
He sure was, right on the right hash in the middle of the field. A great throw there by the Whites Creek quarterback on the run, moving up in the pocket. I thought he was going to pull it down and take off.
I did too.
Because he's shown the ability to do that once earlier in the game, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal from their own 5. I mean, from the Wildcat 5, pardon me. Tailback in the backfield, strong right side, handed off on the right side, and he's going to go down about the half-yard line.
Did he get there? No.
Yeah,
I thought he might have scored, but
he's trying to stretch it looked like, but down at about the half-yard line.
our angle from here to there is not real good. Coach D. Spencer and Tony Lovin are in my way. They need to move. So,
Come on, D. Same setup. Flags everywhere as Franklin's unable to get off the field. A couple substitutions. And Whites Creek trying to rush it quickly.
Franklin called a timeout before they
Timeout.
got a
Franklin.
penalty called against them. So,
Looks like head coach or assistant coach, pardon me, John Profit out there getting in some of those players' ears. Well, we got 8:07 left here, and Whites Creek threatening to score. Second and goal on about the half-yard line.
and again, and I mentioned this to you a couple of weeks ago. I mentioned it to you. Who? I think so. Yeah.
We're joined just for a moment there by head baseball coach Matthew Wilhite as he stumbled through our door there nearly.
Yeah,
it
about
caught our
landed in my
attention.
lap, I think.
He sure did.
But anyway, I said, a couple of weeks ago, and I mentioned it tonight, a team that can or wants to throw the ball deep against Franklin can historically have some luck. And the two times they've tried it tonight have been big plays. One a touchdown and another one.
I'd like to point out, too, that I've seen number 17, Jackson Price, a defensive back out there on the left side of the defense, a whole lot so far. In the pistol-style offense right now, a heavy package.
They busted out to the right, I think.
Nope, that's
touchdown, right
that's
up
an
the
I
middle.
formation handed off to the fullback right
an
up the
I
middle.
formation. Yep.
I'm so used to seeing that quarterback lined up in the shotgun at this point. It was hard to tell just there through the window what exactly happened.
Now,
And
they clearly do not have a good kicking game, clearly. They do not kick the ball off well. They tried to run a two-point conversion on their previous touchdown. They're going to run a two-point conversion here. So if this game comes down to kicking, they don't have it. I think they're going to try to take the lead here.
see Aiden Jones running out there onto the field. They are setting up on the far hash, going for two.
2-point conversion attempt by Whites Creek.
Another heavy package. That's a three-back formation.
He got it that time untouched.
Sure did. Went option left and handed it off to the deep back. And Whites Creek is on top now, 14-13 with 8:04 here in the second quarter. That one highlighted by a bomb across the middle. A magnificent throw by the Whites Creek quarterback.
Accidents happen in a split second, but the repair doesn't have to be a headache. At Eaton Collision in Franklin, we bring your car back to life with expert repairs and a flawless finish. We'll work directly with your insurance company to make the process quick, easy, and hassle-free for you. From dents to major damage, trust Eaton Collision to get you back on the road fast.
We had them third and long. Like, you get a stop there, you're going to get the ball back, and bam, now you look up and you're behind. So how do the Wildcats now, early in the year, how do you respond to that? Still a lot of football to be played.
Absolutely. With 8 minutes left to go here in the second quarter, Whites Creek set to kick off. Brody Perry back there deep, and it looks like Xavier Hampton back there deep as well. Let's see how the kick goes. That is looks like a linebacker kicking. Picked up on about the 35, and we're going to return it about 7-ish yards.
That score update from Station Camp in Allen County, Scottsville. That game has got away from the Patriots. With 5 minutes to play before halftime, Station Camp 35, Allen County nothing. So a running clock already in that one. And I'm not sure where that game's being played. That's a bowl game somewhere, but I'm not sure where it's being played.
Allen County, Scottsville in our newly formed Class 4A District 1 group of collection of teams. And we're locked into a battle right here as Franklin-Simpson's going to take this one from their own 44-yard line.
Yeah, you're almost getting to the point kind of here, Cody, where you feel like Franklin needs to score every time they touch the ball. I mean, because the Cobras have marched down the field a couple of times.
Handoff to McPherson, goes off the left guard. Gain of about 4 on that one.
Gain out to the 46-yard line.
Get a gain of 4 3 times, and you're in good shape.
Ain't nothing wrong with a 4-yard average. A beautiful evening. And I tell you what a view we've got from up here in this press box. Beautiful countryside here of Warren County.
This is one of the nicer press boxes you'll work
back
in
to pass.
this year.
He's going to throw it deep and wide open. Oh, and he leads him just too far by about a yard. Pass intended for Xavier Hampton. Had him off the left hash, and he beat 3 Whites Creek Cobras and just out of reach. First pass of the game there, I believe.
Yep.
For Brady Delt. Led him by just that much.
Now this is a big down here. You're not in 4-down territory. You're still on your side of the field. You need to pick this first down up or risk having to punt the ball away.
Absolutely. Here we've got a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7.
Going to throw it again? No. Going to keep it.
The option pulls it back
Got
to
it.
left.
Nope.
Flag
That's
on
probably
the play.
going to be a hold.
Right at the first down marker. Falls forward, did Brady Delt.
I'd say coming from there, that's probably a hold. Let's see. Not been a lot of flags tonight.
No, I think that's just the second one. Mike Hilton reaching for his hand, showing, or Hilton.
Yep. Holding on the Wildcat. That's what I thought it was going to be. Boy, that's a backbreaker.
You know, Hilton, I'm pretty familiar with him as far as baseball goes. He's been an excellent umpire.
Yes. He pours a lot into young people in this part of the state for sure.
Third about 15.
Now you had a first down, Cody. Now you're back 3rd and 15. Now you're definitely in a passing down.
Absolutely. 3rd and 15 for the Wildcats. Showing 2 receivers right. Brady's going to roll out to the right, and he's going to throw on the run, and it is dropped. Oh, man.
You cannot have that. He might not have had the first down, but it's 4th and 1 at the worst, and you're going to go for it and probably get it.
Yeah. Hit him right in the hands,
Yep.
But now we're going to see punting for the first time on this 2025 season from the junior Brody McAllister.
Dropping deep for Whites Creek is number 5, Darius Holland.
Number 5, the PA calling out Darius Holland.
Yeah, that's our Holland is the young man that I said had all the receiving yards and touchdowns last year.
Back at the Whites Creek 30, set to receive. Here's the snap.
And to my memory, Cody, he's just a sophomore. He did all that as a freshman last year.
Gets it away, a decent punt, and it's going to take a Franklin-Simpson Wildcat roll all the way down to the Whites Creek 29-yard line.
Good punt. Needed to flip the field position there, and the Wildcats did it. Now you need a stop. 6.5 minutes to play before halftime. You are going to get the ball out of the break if you're the Wildcats, but you need a stop here on this drive.
Absolutely. You'd love to see a 3-and-out here from this Wildcat defense. They forced 1 punt so far, but that, to this point, has kind of been the only stop that we've seen from the Franklin-Simpson Wildcat defense. Looks like starters across the board there in at the moment. But this 5-wide offense has really done some damage against this Wildcat defense. And we've got 5 wide again, trips left. Receiver goes in motion, hand it off, and he's going to try to bust it in between the 2 wide receivers out there on the far side of the field, and he's brought down after a gain of about 3 or 4.
Pretty good coverage by the Wildcats there. I thought when he got the ball he had the makings of a big play, but the Wildcats swarmed him quickly.
Yeah, I would have thought that he would have busted that one all the way out wide, but he tried to pin it up in between his 2 blocking receivers.
But you get 5 yards on first down, you take that.
Absolutely.
If you're Whites Creek.
Going with that heavy set again. Short trips left. 1 running back still running shotgun every time. Handed off. and he's going to be
Nothing.
dropped for nothing. Maybe a loss of a
Yeah.
yard.
Foster on the carry for White Creek. 33, John
Velasco on the stop for the
Man.
Wildcats.
Velasco, we've heard his name called several times, and that looks like a big young man out there just to be a sophomore.
Third down from their own.
All right, 3rd and 6. So that was a loss of 1. Now you got 4 receivers right.
We got quads right. Stacked, offset just a little bit. Looking for the screen again. Looking left, throwing left, and
He's got a man.
Got a man, and he is
I'm telling you, Cody,
and he is gone.
When they want to throw the ball deep, they're going to, and they're going to score.
That's Holland yet again.
Holland, yep.
Touchdown Cobras. That's going to put them on top 20-13 with the impending, more than likely, 2-point conversion ahead. That's just the track meet out there on the left side.
That's what they call pitch and catch there. Just throw it up and let that young man go get it. And I don't think he's not dropped one yet, I don't think.
I don't believe he has. We've seen him go his way several times tonight, and that was just a busted coverage basically because he just ran right by him, left him standing almost out there on the far left side. Going for 2, set up with that heavy package again. Receivers in tight, 1 lone runner in the backfield, shotgun. Here's a snap, and he's looking right, throwing right. Going to be caught right at the goal line, knocked down, and he's going to lean for it, fought for it for the 2-point conversion. 3 separate Wildcats out there, unable to bring him down. And just, man, that almost kind of feels like a backbreaker here with 5:09 left to go in the second quarter. Whites Creek 22, Franklin-Simpson 13. My goodness. Well, we're going to take us a quick break and be right back here with you with more Wildcat football on 92.3.
Franklin, we keep things moving, from the work trucks to the family vans. We all need a pit stop now and then. At Grease Monkey of Franklin, we make oil changes fast, friendly, and reliable for personal vehicles and entire fleets. Whether you are headed out on a road trip or making deliveries across the county, our certified technicians will keep your engine running clean and strong. We treat every car like it's our own. Our goal is simple: get you in, out, and back on the road with confidence. Fleet service? No problem. We work with local businesses to keep their teams moving without the downtime. And right now, mention FS Channel 9 and get 9% off your full synthetic oil change. Grease Monkey Franklin, home time service that is done right, done fast, and built for the road ahead. Visit us at...
And Xavier Hampton is going to slowly pick it up and then try to run it out, and he's going to make it. Oh, wow, what a great return
He
there.
made something out of nothing there.
Ooh, man.
Because he waited entirely too long to pick that ball up.
He really did. Hampton, I mean, he checked on the coverage before he picked it up around the 8-yard line and then makes it all the way out to the 32. Wow. That was the best kickoff of the evening there for the Whites Creek kicker. He is a head-on, run straight into it kicker. Man, they need to recruit a soccer player. I'll tell you that much as far as their kicking game goes.
A lot of schools do that, you know.
But here comes Franklin-Simpson with another offensive possession here with 5:02 left in the second.
A drive, you got to score. You got to go get points of some type here. In my opinion, you don't want to give them the ball back before halftime without adding any points to your side of the scoreboard.
Hand it off to McPherson, and he's going
and
to fight.
They're figuring some things out on defense. After we kind of ran over them that first couple of drives, they've figured some things out.
They sure have. Aiden Jones looks like he went down hurt there. Jackson Gass going to come in for him. Jones limps off the field. You hate to see that, as you expect him to be one of this team's leading rushers and tacklers.
4.5 minutes left now before halftime.
No gain on the play. So looking at 2nd and 10 here for the Wildcats. Under center is Delk. Here's the snap.
We moved too early. They didn't call
handed
it.
Handed off twice, and a big run up the middle there. There goes number 20, Caden Bennett, I believe. Or is that dragged out of bounds all the way down to the Whites Creek Cobras 20-yard line.
Williams Jerryon Williams, Cody, number 28.
There goes Williams, my word. Jerryon Williams, the senior, getting some touches in there, and he busts a big one, and we've got a Whites Creek player down.
And they missed a false start on Franklin. Thankfully, I don't know how they missed it, but thankfully they did.
The double handoff there from your Wildcats, as we've talked about several times and we'll continue to pound on it, the wing T misdirection. That's where it gets a little bit tricky in the backfield, but they ran it to perfection right there with a huge gain. Let's see, that went for 10, 20, 30, 40, about 50 yards there on the play.
And put this drive in the back of your mind, Cody. If the Wildcats can score here and were to come back and win this game, this could be the drive that you point back to and say that drive changed the football game.
Absolutely. 22-13 with 4:07 to play here in the second. I formation handed off to the fullback up the middle. Fights Jackson Gass for about 2 yards there.
They've pretty much got that snuffed out. Maybe a good time here to maybe put the ball in the air again.
Get him about 1 down to around the 21-yard line. Second down, 9, Franklin-Simpson.
Looks like Warren East is putting in a new turf, going to put turf down on their baseball field across the way there. They were working on that this afternoon when I got here, digging up the infield, so I assume that's going to be a turf field. But
yeah, you know, the same thing's happening right at
yeah,
home at Franklin-Simpson. I'm excited for Coach Wilhite to be able to get that turf field there and see what the Wildcats do on the diamond. Toss left.
There it is.
There goes Williams again, and he's going to fight through a tackler. Fight off another one.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Wildcats.
That was Hampton.
Xavier Hampton, I tell you what, man, he went through one tackle and then brushed one off that right shoulder pad. I mean, that was a grown man run right there if I've ever seen one from Xavier Hampton. I mean, he fought off 2 would-be tacklers. That was a huge play there. Only problem for me is man, we've still got 3 minutes, 14 seconds left on the clock. Here's the extra point attempt. Right through the uprights, 22-20. Whites Creek still leading. But wow, what a turnaround that was, Brian. I mean, that was about a 2-minute drive. Not quite. About 5 seconds shy of being a full 2-minute drive there for the Wildcats as Brody McAllister comes over here to get his kicking tee.
And man, was that a needed touchdown. Woo.
Absolutely.
But now, unfortunately, to your point, you almost wonder if you left too much time on the clock for Whites Creek.
I really do. You know, Whites Creek has been moving the ball pretty much with ease whenever they want to throw it downfield. The Whites Creek Cobras, I expect their head coach, William Darnell, to make some adjustments at halftime to where they are throwing it around. We haven't seen them run the ball except for just a few times. They've been running those wide receiver screens. Not great. The defensive backs and the outside linebackers have been snuffing those out for Franklin-Simpson.
But I think early those screens set them up with the ability to be able to throw the ball deep.
Set the tone.
Set the tone for sure because, you know, you're the Wildcats defense. You're thinking, okay, well they've been running screen after screen after screen, and then bam, they pop one deep, and you're not ready for it.
Yeah, perhaps trying to jam them up at the line of scrimmage a little bit too much. Maybe we need to back off a bit from the line of scrimmage. We've been setting about a yard deep. Maybe we need to get that back as a big booming kick there from McAllister, driving it all the way back to about the 8-yard line. And he's going to return one, and he's going to try to bounce it outside, and he's going to bring it all the way out to the 35-yard line.
Fortunate to get him down there.
That Holland is some kind of an athlete.
We have a flag on the play. Tackle by number 19, Lucas Smart.
I mean,
you would think blocking the back on the call on a return typically.
A phenomenal athlete
yes,
there is Holland. I mean, he has been making people miss left and right and running past kids.
Well, that's a big call. Holding on Whites Creek, so that'll drive them back to the
26-yard line. Going to be 1st and 10 with 3:05 left here in the second quarter, just ahead of halftime. Whites Creek with Still got 3 timeouts left. 1st and 10. Let's see how quickly they try to push the ball upfield, or if they're going to flat out run a 2-minute drill, or if they're going to take their time about this. Going to be 5 wide receivers left.
5 receivers left. So
whoa. If I'm Hampton, I'm coming screaming off the edge here. Set back a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going cornerback blitz all the way here, and he sets back, and nobody's around.
That's not going anywhere.
No, it's not. Snuffed out by the Wildcat defense. Brought down maybe a loss of a yard.
Brought down by Franklin-Simpson's number 50.
But again, are they trying to set something up? Kind of. Let's run a little screen here. Let's run a screen, and then bam.
No gain on the play.
Absolutely.
At some point this drive they're throwing the ball deep.
Yeah, going deep to Holland.
Yeah. They're not in any hurry either.
No, they are not. That running clock just continues to tick away. Like you said, they have set it up to perfection to this point. As we're down to 2 minutes, 15 seconds, as they're just now getting the offense set. They're going to be trips right, 2 wide receivers left, nobody in the backfield. You got to give the Whites Creek offensive line credit, too. They have kept their quarterback upright to this position, to this point. Here's the snap. He's looking right over the top of the head.
That wasn't going anywhere if it had been caught.
Yeah, Aiden Jones in on that coverage. He would have popped him immediately. Glad to see him back out on the field after he limped off a little bit earlier in the quarter.
All right, so big 3rd and 10 here. The clock is stopped, so if you get a stop, you can get the ball back.
Just under 2 minutes to play here now in the second quarter. Wildcats down by 2, 22-20.
And who would have thought a couple of minutes ago the Wildcats could potentially get the ball back with a chance to have the lead at halftime?
Yeah. I can tell you what, they're going to dial up number 5 here if I'm not mistaken.
Holland's getting the ball here.
Lined up in the middle of that trips right.
No, quarterback's going to keep it.
Quarterback keeper, and there he
got
goes.
Room.
He sure does.
He's got a first down.
Absolutely.
I think.
Oh, it's close.
He's real close. They'll stop. They may measure this.
Runs it up. Looks like it might be short by
they haven't
1.
Stopped the clock. So yeah, he's short.
Called first down.
No, first down. Okay.
Yep, first down by the Cobras. 1:30 left here in the quarter. They're still in no rush.
And they may be, almost said Tyler, Cody, they may be perfectly content to just have a 2-point lead at halftime.
They may be okay with that, yeah. Because the clock continues to just tick, 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 tick,
and
tick.
they've got 3 timeouts, so clearly if they wanted to stop it, they would. They're going to get a delay of game if they don't hurry up.
Yeah, 2 wide receivers on each side. And Franklin-Simpson
you got to be
jumps
more
off
disciplined
sides.
than that.
Yep, sure does. Crafton jumps off sides that time.
Results in a first down to Whites Creek at their own 41-yard line.
That's unfortunate to stop the – no, clock continues to tick away here. Less than a minute here in the second quarter.
Unless they've just got designs to chuck it deep, kind of at the end of the quarter, they're not too concerned about this drive, it doesn't seem like.
I think they're just content with this halftime lead being what it is so far.
Yep.
Trips right again, 2 wide receivers left, empty backfield. Wide receiver goes in motion over to the left side. He's looking towards the middle of the field. He's getting pushed out of the backfield. Might throw it on the run. No, he's going to take off and keep it. He's searching for that first down marker, and he gets it all the way out to the 50.
Right at midfield, 27 seconds and 3 timeouts. So now you're in a position, if you're Whites Creek, where you can throw the ball deep a couple times.
Yeah, he showed earlier in the first quarter that he can put it at least about 40 yards in the air. So we know he's got some decent arm strength. Might have to get a little bit further in, but they're going to have to be cognizant now of that 27 seconds, but 3 timeouts left for the Cobras. Nope, they called him out. That's going to be 2nd and 1. Back to pass, looking deep, throwing deep, and it is – whoa!
Goodness.
Pass broken up
thank heavens.
Looks like it's broken up by Jackson Gass running deep with one of the receivers.
Because that was a touchdown again.
No, that was McPherson. Wow, what a play.
Blake came out of nowhere
to
bat that away.
Screaming across the field. Down to 21 seconds now. 3rd and 1 for the Cobras.
Blake came up a little limp on that after that play as well.
He did, absolutely. McPherson, the senior. What a play. That was some Sean Taylor-looking stuff there. The phenomenal
You got quads
Washington
in a
team.
bunch right.
Sure do. Anytime they've done this, they've looked to the lone receiver that's went out to the far side. Flushed out of the backfield again is the quarterback. He's
dangerous
one
when
player,
he runs the ball.
and he's going to keep it and continue.
Goodness.
All the way down to the Franklin-Simpson 36-yard line. 11 seconds left now.
Gate good enough for a first down for White Creek, be 1st and 10 at the Franklin-Simpson 37.
37-yard line. He's called out of bounds. Man, well, they are within his arm strength for sure.
Yeah, he can throw this ball to the end zone.
We were talking about the defensive line of the Cobras getting gas. What about these defensive backs of Franklin-Simpson?
Absolutely.
They're going to have to show off their conditioning here. And Franklin-Simpson jumps off sides there.
That's 3 times tonight. We've given them 5 yards by not being disciplined. And that's just, that's early in the year type jitters and first game jitters. You just want to get rid of all those tonight and not bring any of them with you next week.
Yep, that's another one there on Crafton. Now down to the 32, 1st and 5, with 11 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. 22-20, Whites Creek leading Franklin-Simpson in this one.
And now Whites Creek will take a timeout.
Yep, timeout Whites Creek. You don't really have to take those timeouts whenever you get that penalty like that.
Yeah, unless, obviously maybe the coach saw something here like he's, okay, well, maybe we need to do this. If we do this, we can score. Because now, early in the drive, I'm not sure they cared whether they got the ball down the field or not. Now, you get this close, I think you want to end it in points if you can.
Absolutely. As we've said a couple times, no kicking game really from Whites Creek. So no option of them kicking a field goal here. They're going to do what they can to throw it into the end zone, I would imagine. Probably if they don't try to look for a sideline pass here and get closer to get a closer pass, then they might just try to take 2 quick shots towards the end zone and maybe continue with that quads left or quads right and hit the lone receiver on a deep pass.
Mm-hmm.
This has been what a fun game this has been.
It's been a really entertaining first half for sure. 11 seconds, you can get 2 plays for sure. You might get 3 plays, but you can't dance around a lot with the ball and let the clock tick. You're going to have to run your play, get rid of it if you want to live to try to throw it again.
Franklin-Simpson defense out on the field right now, continuing with the 3-4 style defense. The pass rush has been okay so far for Franklin-Simpson. They have flushed the quarterback several times out of the pocket.
We're having a hard time getting him down when we do flush him, has been an issue. He's quick,
very quick, elusive. Throwing it across the
goodness.
middle, and it's intercepted.
What a
McPherson
pickup!
heading the other way. He's got it back to the 30. He's got it back to the 40. Forced out of bounds with no time left on the clock. Blake McPherson with a Wildcat interception.
I'll tell you, Cody, if he doesn't get a hand on it, it's 6 points.
Woo! Because, they had about 2 different receivers there that could have caught that ball. What a play that was. We've got a stoppage in play before they call it out to halftime. Don't know exactly what they're waiting for here, but maybe they're looking at the time, maybe checking to see if there's any time at all left on the clock.
Yeah, they're going to let Franklin run a play.
I thought that was all, but looks like we're going to have some time to run a play on this one.
From their own 40.
I don't know. I mean, it may be a half a second, but it's going to be from our own 40. I don't know if you got time for a Hail Mary, a hook and ladder. I would think that I would probably just QB kneel here
I wouldn't.
at halftime since
You
we're
sure
getting
don't
the
want
ball
to risk
back.
fumbling the ball or throwing an interception or just
victory formation, as they call it here, as we're down by 2.
That's what we do.
Good job there, Brady. Great call there by Coach Cheney just to down it and take the 2-point halftime deficit. 22-20. Your Wildcats are behind right now after the huge interception return, about 15, 20 yards there by the senior. Blake McPherson showing off his hands there as a defensive back. But Whites Creek nonetheless has the lead. We're going to take a quick break here, about a couple minutes. And we'll get right back to you with more Franklin-Simpson Wildcat football on 92.3 WFKN.
Wildcats hit the field, the best seat in the house isn't the stadium. Rack House Restaurant and Bar is your official Franklin-Simpson watch party headquarters. Every game, all season long. Bring your crew and grab your favorites from our made-from-scratch menu and catch every touchdown, basket, home run on multiple screens. Rack House Restaurant and Bar in Franklin, Kentucky, where Wildcat Nation gathers. See you at the game, right here.
Well, we're right here. We're in town. If somebody has an issue, we're there either that day or the very next day. So we're able to get to it quick and fix whatever issues anybody has.
Better speeds. I feel like it's a lot more reliable. With other services, you might get interference during like the weather or something, and you might lose service and have to wait for it to dry out again or something like that. But with fiber, you won't ever have that issue just because it is glass, so you can't really, weather's not really going to affect it much unless like a tree tears it down or something. We provide the city and the county, so within city limits, and then most areas that Warren provides electric service to out in the county.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust it.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
Ready to see the world without the stress of planning? At Picture This Travel, we specialize in creating unforgettable travel experiences, tailored just for you. And now we're excited to launch Franklin-Simpson Alumni Travel. Imagine exploring incredible destinations across the globe, side by side with fellow FSHS graduates. Travel together, make new memories, and celebrate the Wildcat spirit worldwide. For more information, follow me, Julie Walters, with Picture This Travel on Facebook.
Here at halftime right now with about 12 minutes left on the clock over there at halftime, and Whites Creek is leading this one 22-20. This has been a fun game as far as both ways go. We ended halftime right there on the first defensive turnover of the season with a huge interception by the senior, number 6, Blake McPherson. McPherson, who we anticipate is probably going to be this team's leading rusher on the season, with a huge play as a defensive back, showing himself a true leader on this team, Brian. But looking at a 22-20 score, how you feeling about the offense so far?
You know, I mean, overall, not too bad. Probably if there's been a deficiency so far, it's probably been on the defensive side of the ball. But again, I mean, we might see one or two more teams this year that's going to throw the ball the way that this team does. So, you know, learn from it. You know, and late in the half, we defended them a little bit better than we did early. So, offensively, Franklin's going to do what they do. You know, and just try to make Whites Creek stop them. We're not going to be able to throw the ball much, but that's not our game anyway. So just keep doing what you do. You're going to get the ball out of halftime, which is exactly why this is the type scenario as to why you decline that ball at the start of the game. You find yourself down at halftime. Now you've got an opportunity to come out of the locker room, get the ball first, go down the field, score, and right out of the bat, the game flips. Now, conversely, if you're behind 22-20 and Whites Creek gets the ball out of halftime and they go down and score, you're down 2 scores then, and you might start hanging your head and think the game's over. So a real opportunity when the Cats come back out here on offense to go down and set the tone like we did early in the game.
For sure. You know, this game has been a game of momentum flips so far. Whites Creek comes out, and they start off the action early with a 38-yard bomb to put points on the board with a deep pass down the left side heading right to left. That was just a phenomenal ESPN top 10 style catch. One of those that you see on NFL's You Got Mossed. I mean, what a catch that was. Showing off the arm, too, of the quarterback for Whites Creek. But then Franklin-Simpson does what they do, and they come right back and they pound it up the right side. That one was highlighted by a run by the aforementioned Blake McPherson. Just get used to his name a whole bunch this season, where he went for, I think it was about a 40-something yard gain on that play, and punched in after a 1-yard run. And then Franklin-Simpson gets into it. Right back into it and gets the momentum again on a Brody McAllister onside kick where he kicked it to himself. It went about 11, 12 yards, and he just dove on it, Pat McAfee style, where it was just the dribbler. I mean, he got the putter out, you know. He got the putter out on that one, and we thought that we might have seen momentum truly get into it for Franklin-Simpson at that point. But Whites Creek came back.
Yeah. You know, I mentioned it there. It was what, 3rd and 19, 3rd and 13, something like that. We had a lead and get a stop. You're going to get off the field, and they find a man across the middle. I think it was Holland again, and he goes and for a long go. He might have scored actually on that play, but nevertheless, that momentum. You know, momentum's a funny thing in sports, and it can come and go, and it found itself for a long time on the side of the Cobras. I think towards the end of the half, though, it kind of flipped back to the Wildcats. One of the best interceptions you'll see down here at any level of football by Blake. On a ball that was going to be a touchdown. If he does not get a hand on it, it's going to be a touchdown.
Absolutely.
And then you do go into the halftime down 2 scores. So don't forget how big of a play that is that really kept the Wildcats in the game here at the half.
For sure. That was huge. As we've had 3 rushing scores for the Wildcats to this point. And we've only seen 2 passing attempts, I think.
Yeah, but both incomplete, or maybe just one, maybe just the deep ball.
Was it just the deep ball down the middle, intended for Xavier Hampton, that went about a yard out of his reach? It would have been probably a 30-plus yard pass.
It hasn't
play.
been very many, 1, maybe 2, but yeah. And again, that's just not who the Wildcats are in this type of offense. So just they used to say dance with the one that brought you, the wing tee brought you here, dance with it, don't get too, every once in a while you got to throw the ball, there's just some downs where you have to, and maybe we threw it on a 3rd and long or something. Yeah, it was dropped. It was going to be a near first down over there on the far side, and we dropped it. Yeah, so so we've had one that was truly an incomplete pass and one that was dropped. But got a couple of scores here for you, Cody, from around the area. Halftime, Station Camp led Allen County Scottsville 41-0. That game should probably be just about over now. They've had a running clock by the second quarter. So 21-0, Glasgow over Clay County, Tennessee. Glasgow playing a Tennessee team. Allen County playing a Tennessee team. And Franklin-Simpson playing a Tennessee team tonight. Glasgow leads Clay County 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. And LaRue County leads Thomas Nelson 13-0. That's all it says. It doesn't say what part of the game they are in at this time.
Before we get to us another break here, just one player that I want to point out is we had, I believe it was a 3rd and long, and number 28, Jerian Williams, the senior, busted a huge run that was on a double handoff, and he went right up the middle of the field and nearly outran everyone. I hope to see more Jerian Williams here in the second half.
Yeah, and it's plays like that earn you more opportunities to touch the ball. Keep producing, and in this type of offense, there's a lot of opportunities to get your hand on the ball. So if you produce when you do, they're going to come back to you.
For sure. We've seen no less than 5 running backs at this point out of the backfield for Franklin-Simpson. We're here at halftime right now at Warren East High School at a J.A. Allen Bowl weekend hosted by the Warren East Raiders on the Smurf field. Yes, that is blue turf you're seeing if you are watching with us on Franklin-Simpson Channel 9. We appreciate you joining us there to watch the ball game. We've got just over about 4.5 minutes left now here in halftime. And the Whites Creek Cobras just outside of Goodlettsville, Tennessee, are leading the Wildcats right now 22-20 at halftime. My name's Cody Schuler, your new broadcast team. And I tell you what, I don't remember what it was you told me that your wife promised you if I called you a legend, how many times it was. But my name's Cody Schuler. I've been with you on baseball and basketball for about 3 years now. Tyler's let me fill in for him. I see head coach of the basketball team, Dee Spencer, down there of our boys basketball. We've seen head coach Ashley Taylor of our girls basketball team walk through a couple of times. And I'm alongside of the legendary Brian Talley right here. Everybody in town, I guarantee almost everybody in town of Franklin knows at least one Talley.
Well, that's that might be true. It's we got a little time. I'll tell a funny story kind of along those lines. Several years ago now, when I was working full-time for the radio station, of course, you've probably seen Tony Rose at his Stuff the Bus event that he does. We had one there at the Priceless IGA in Franklin. He came down, and
I love that place.
And we hosted the a live remote from IGA on the radio and on Facebook, everywhere. Tony reaches everywhere. But as we stood there and talked to one another, kind of like we're doing now, everybody that would come in and leave the store, they would say, "Come over and shake my hand," or say, "Hey, Tally," and that's what everybody called me, Tally.
Yeah.
Hey, Tally, and Tony finally said at one point, he said, "Man, you ought to run for mayor down here. Like, do you know everybody?" I'm like, "Well, you stick around long enough somewhere, you just know people by accident." But we obviously we don't live in Franklin anymore. We still love it though, and my parents are still there. Amy's my wife's mother is still there. Our son Aaron and his family are there. So we're still in Franklin quite often, even though we no longer live there.
For sure. Aaron Talley, he's our Franklin-Simpson Channel 9 coordinator. So all those special political events that you see happening, Chamber of Commerce type stuff, and right here, catching all your sporting events, that is also done by Mr. Aaron Talley and our Franklin-Simpson Channel 9 team.
And I'll tell you, Cody, you'd be hard-pressed, and I'm bragging on him because he's my boy, but
I would too.
You'd be hard-pressed to find another high school anywhere that gives their athletes the type of coverage that Aaron provides through Channel 9. I mean, it is, we're just fortunate enough that he picks up our voices, and that's all. That's the only thing we lend to it.
Right.
But, I mean, he's got cameras all over this field. He's got cameras up top. He's got one in the end zone.
Right.
I mean, he's got one just to our right outside the press box here. He does it the right way, and he can do it the right way because the school board there in Franklin understands the value of it and gives him the resources to do it. So we might as well take us another break here, Cody, and get ready for the second half here in a few minutes.
I'm looking forward to that. Whereas we've got just over a minute left on this clock ticking down, and then they'll take another 3 minutes. So we're going to take us one more break right here at halftime with Wildcat football on 92.3 WFKN.
So as far as preventative maintenance, to keep outages at a minimum, one thing that we do is pole inspections. So we'll drive across the system, we'll dig out around the bottoms of the pole, see if there's anything rotten, we'll check the pole's integrity in general. So as you can see now, we're changing out some wire on some poles that we have recently changed out. As they age, they start to crack or rot at the bottom, so we try to stay ahead of those types of outages. Probably the neatest part of working here. So working in the community that I live in and grew up in, there's a lot of satisfaction that comes from that. If there is an outage, there's a good chance that you're restoring power, maybe to a family member, a friend, your preacher, something like that. So just being able to help and serve the people that you know, that's a good feeling.
Franklin, we keep things moving. From the work trucks to the family vans, we all need a pit stop now and then. At Grease Monkey of Franklin, we make oil changes fast, friendly, and reliable for personal vehicles and entire fleets. Whether you are headed out on a road trip or making deliveries across the county, our certified technicians will keep your engine running clean and strong. We treat every car like it's our own. Our goal is simple: get you in, out, and back on the road with confidence. Fleet service? No problem. We work with local businesses to keep their teams moving without the downtime. And right now, mention FS Channel 9 and get 9% off your full synthetic oil change. Grease Monkey Franklin, home time service that is done right, done fast, and built for the road ahead. Visit us at Grease Monkey across from Walmart and Nashville Road, Franklin, Kentucky.
Accidents happen in a split second, but the repair doesn't have to be a headache. At Eaton Collision in Franklin, we bring your car back to life with expert repairs and a flawless finish. We'll work directly with your insurance company to make the process quick, easy, and hassle-free for you. From dents to major damage, trust Eaton Collision to get you back on the road fast.
My favorite thing about working here is getting to serve the community and help people with their electric and their fiber internet.
We're local, so we live and work right here in Franklin, so taking care of our neighbors isn't just business, it's personal. Fiber means faster, more reliable internet for work, school, and entertainment without lag or buffering.
It's more than power and fiber, it's about peace of mind.
We're not just an electric company, we're neighbors.
Coverage of Franklin-Simpson Wildcat football. That's right, the high school football season has kicked off. We're finishing up halftime, just under a minute to go on the halftime clock, where all of these teams are getting warmed up. Everybody from both teams, Whites Creek Cobras and the Franklin-Simpson Wildcats, located up here in Bowling Green here on Friday, August 22nd. I mean, nothing like a
And another game after this one, Cody. A
Yeah.
team from Indiana coming down to play Warren East.
No kidding.
Yeah, Floyd's Knob, Indiana, or Floyd Central, Indiana. I'm not sure. I saw it somewhere, and I don't know where it was.
I couldn't tell you where Floyd's Knob, Indiana is. But we got about 15 seconds left on the clock. Coming into the third quarter, our Wildcats are going to receive this one. Going to be Brody Perry and Xavier Hampton back there to receive. Couple of juniors, and Whites Creek's leading us right now, 22-20. If you're just joining us for the first time,
Whites Creek's still stretching, and we're on the field ready to receive the kickoff. So.
Yeah, I mean, apparently.
So again, what good did that 3 minutes do anybody?
I have no idea.
You'll hear me harp on that all year long.
Hey, I'm for it, man. I'll harp on it with you because that is just set the clock for 18 minutes.
Right.
I mean, it might as well have been 18 and a half minutes, honestly, because it took them an additional 30
by the
seconds
time
to
we
reset
play, you might as well have had it at 20.
Yeah.
If you're going to reset it, there should be some type. If you're going to put that 3 minutes up there, if you're not on the field when that clock hits 0 after that 3 minutes, there should be a penalty for that.
I agree.
I mean,
because I mean we're going to work on a full minute here.
Yeah, we're going to work.
At
We've
least
had a 20-minute halftime. By the time they started the clock,
yeah,
till now, it's been 20 minutes at least.
Yeah. Now heading into this kickoff, Whites Creek has not had a good kicking game to this point. They had one good kickoff after a score, but beyond that, they've attempted no extra point kicks, and they've had a couple of just really bad squibs. Now, here's the kick. Let's see what happens. That one's a pretty decent one. Goes up the middle. Fielded there by Hampton. Hampton's going to try to bust it around the left side. That's a decent return. He's up to the 35 and the 40. He's going to be knocked down at about the 43, 44-ish yard line there. A very nice return, and a flag comes in late.
It's about a 27-yard return if it doesn't come, and it's going to come back. So.
Oh, man.
Holding on the Wildcats.
Holding on the Wildcats.
9.5 times out of 10, if you see a flag on a kickoff return, it's on the return team.
It was so late, too, that hurts my feelings.
Yep.
My feelings are hurt. Well, we're told it's going to be 1st and 10 from our own 20 by our PA here at Warren East High School.
So that's a penalty that it winds up costing you about 20 yards in field position. That's tough.
Let's talk about our quarterback for a second. Brady Delk, the senior, coming into this one. He, a season ago, averaged right at 100 yards a game passing and 1 touchdown. Had 8 interceptions on the year a year ago. He's only attempted 2 passes. Both of them missed incompletions as we handed off the left side up the middle. Keegan Hazel, a senior running back, getting a touch.
Picked up a couple there. So be second in around 8. And we've talked about it, and it's something we'll talk about all year long, Cody. 2nd and 8 is just not where this offense wants to find itself.
No, need to pick up at least 3-4 yards on that first down call. Set up under center. Here's the handoff. Goes off the left guard this time, and he's got a little bit of running room. Breaks it out.
He got the first down.
McPherson's all the way out to the 31, 32-yard line. That's a first down for the Franklin-Simpson Wildcats. A great carry there by McPherson.
And Blake just gets things done. He just gets things done.
He absolutely does. There was nothing flashy about that.
No.
Just hit the hole when he needed to.
Just do your job. You know, you don't have to put a lot of extra ketchup on the hot dog. Just do your job.
Followed his blockers. A little bit of maybe of a minor hurdle over a player there about when he hit about that 7th or 8th yard, but he was brought down right after, handed off to 34 there
Hazel
again by Hazel.
34, Keegan Hazel.
Maybe 2 yards.
Number 56, Keith Davis for Whites Creek makes the tackle.
Hazel's going to come out now.
Gain of 3.
They gave him 3, okay.
Yeah. Here comes number 80 out on the field. Killian Thompson, senior, listed as a tight end. Let's see what kind of heavy set here that Coach Cheney's got in mind with 2nd and 7 on the Franklin-Simpson on their own 35-yard line. Heavy set right, back to pass.
Uh-oh.
Grabbed by the jersey.
He got away from it.
Off the left side, and he's going to get at least a gain of 5 yards.
He made something out of absolutely nothing there.
Woo-wee.
He may have a first down. Now, about a yard short. Wow.
Going to turn that one into 3rd and 1.
That could have been a disaster.
Brady Delk showing off some toughness there on that one as he is had the back of his jersey, almost Eli Manning-esque there in that Super Bowl play where he threw it out to David Tyree, and he pulled away from the would-be tacklers of the Patriots, and he gets away from him that time, does Brady Delk, as he heads back under center.
Big third down.
And he's going to just sneak it right up the middle. That's going to be good enough for a first down, Brian. Toughness out of your senior.
Yeah.
Number 56 for White
Love
Creek
that.
on the tackle is Keith Davis. Good enough
Keith
for
Davis, the young man I've referred to that averaged 12 tackles a game last year for the Cobras.
Yeah.
He got credit for that tackle right there, so we want to give him a little shout-out. When you can average 12 tackles a game, you deserve a shout-out, right?
Absolutely. You know, I've heard his name called a few times, and I just don't like, giving the other team credit.
Yeah, hey, 12 tackles a game, it's pretty impressive.
Yes, it is. As Brady Delk heads back under center, two running backs in the backfield, hands it off to the far back, and that's McPherson. He's going to dive ahead for a gain of 2 or 3 again off the left side.
Blake McPherson on the carry for Franklin-Simpson.
Something I've noticed so far here to kick off this third quarter, Brian, is that we've been leaning heavily on the left side of the line, which in the first half it was the right side.
Exactly right. Again, find ourselves in a 2nd and 8.
Franklin-Simpson now at their own 45-yard line. A methodical drive to this point, highlighted by a big run by Brady Delk out of the backfield whenever we thought he was going to be pulled down for a sack. Here's a 2nd and 8, 2 down running backs. Double handoff again. That one goes to Hampton. Hampton's going to break it up the middle, close to a first down.
Again, yep.
Hampton signals for first down.
He signaled it, but that don't mean you get it.
I don't know if he's quite there.
No, he's not. Be another big 3rd and 1.
Yep, 3rd and 1. Let's see if we go for that big QB sneak up the middle again.
Yes. Not sure why you wouldn't run that.
Here comes Thompson again, the big tight end. Two down running backs. Up the middle again goes Brady. Off the right guard.
Number 10, Delk on the keeper for Franklin-Simpson for the first down.
Good enough for a first down again for the Franklin-Simpson Wildcats.
This is what I used to call just an old-fashioned Franklin-Simpson offensive drive.
Yes, this has been a whooping so
Ball
far.
stays on the ground. You just plot it out, plot it out, plot it out. You've burned 5 minutes off the clock already.
For sure.
And you're just now at midfield. So this drive, as far as a Wildcat perspective is going exactly the way they would want it to go.
This O-line so far has been taking that Cobra D-line to the woodshed. Toss
That's
right.
Wide open.
Hampton. Big time gain there again by Hampton. Gain of 12 on the play.
Number 10, Andrew.
Good enough for another Franklin-Simpson first down. And they let the line go through that time as they swung some extra blockers out towards that right side and sprung them for another first down. That was just a beautiful toss. 6.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Whites Creek leading this one 22-20.
And Whites Creek linemen down on their knees again.
Sure enough, both knees, not just taking a single knee.
Yeah.
That nose tackle's down on both.
They look like I would look if I was out there. They're down on both knees.
Here's Delk. Here's the handoff to McPherson. He's going to try and break it off the right side yet again. He's going to break one tackle, and he's going to get drilled after a gain of 4 or 5. You could hear the pads popping even with my headphones on. I think they're going to give him a gain of about 4 on that one.
Yep. 2nd and 6. Already 5:45 left in the third quarter. Wildcats just making this quarter disappear.
So it looks like the Wildcats at this point here in the third quarter have been running in Thompson and Franklin, the senior tight ends, with the play calls.
Yep.
Offset backs in the backfield. Keeper by Delk off the right side.
Maybe a yard. He got lit up on that one.
Sure
Cody.
did. Whites Creek player got a hold of his jersey, and he turned his back to his tackler, and he got popped in the backside.
Now it's going to be a 3rd and long for this offense. Well, 3rd and 4. They gave him 2 yards on that. Okay, that's better than I thought. He might have just got back to the line, but
I'll take it. Here comes Perry, the wide receiver, back into the game at this point. Now under 5 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter. What a methodical drive this has been. And Brian, how do you win a football game like this when the other team is running the clock?
That's right.
Control the clock they have. Toss out wide left. We've had a lot of success on these tosses. That one's out to Hampton, and he's going to have himself another first down for the Wildcats.
Just being methodical.
Gain good enough for a Franklin-Simpson first down.
We've been able to beat them out to the edge. Hampton grabbing that elbow that time as he's coming off the field.
Just past the 7 o'clock hour, you're listening to 92.3 WFKN Franklin, Kentucky.
Man, we did get after 7 o'clock real quick. That was a fast hour and a half, man. I'm having fun. This has been good.
It's a load of fun, isn't it? I told you it's going to have fun. Why do you think I can't get away from it? You know?
Handed off up the middle that time. That one's going to go to Jones. He's fighting for yards.
Number 30, Aiden Jones on the carry for Franklin-Simpson.
He might have got 1 or 2.
Jason Archibald makes the stop for Whites Creek.
I think they're going to give him a gain of 2 on that one. Going to look at a 2nd and 8 here.
Second down and 9 for
2nd and 9 called by the PA.
At the Whites Creek 18.
Already more than an 8 minute drive here to start this half.
You could not have scripted this any better if you're head coach Max Chaney.
Now you just got to end it in points. You have to.
Yes, you have to. 3:40 to go here in the 3rd, down by 2. Here's the handoff off the left side.
There it is.
There's McPherson. He's finding some room. He's fighting for more and more and more.
He's
Touchdown!
He's in, I think. Yeah.
Wildcats! Yes, sir. There we go at the 3:30 mark here in the 3rd. The Wildcats take the lead on the huge run by senior number 6, Blake McPherson. 26-22 Wildcats.
Exactly what you needed coming out of the locker room.
It sure was. Wow. What a run by the senior.
Franklin-Simpson will attempt the 2-point conversion.
I'm not saying we got a Pelican snowball player of the game yet,
but he's the early favorite.
Sure is.
We're not in the home stretch yet, but he's clear out of the gate for sure.
Going for 2 here.
Oh, they blew that up.
Yep, blew that one. I believe that was a fumble. Busted play. The fumble, I believe that was the messed up handoff between Delk and Jones. But nonetheless, we got a 4-point lead.
Mm-hmm.
Not that Whites Creek has a kicking game that we would need to worry about with the 3-point lead, but we got a 4-point lead nonetheless. So Franklin-Simpson leads it now 26-22 after a more than 8-minute drive to start the 3rd quarter. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust them.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
Welcome back in, everybody, to 92.3 WFKN's live coverage of Franklin-Simpson Wildcat football. Coming off a big touchdown run by the senior number 6, Blake McPherson. He's been putting his stamp on this football game now after an 8.5-minute drive to lead off the 3rd quarter here. And Franklin-Simpson now leads it 26-22 as Brody McAllister comes on for the kickoff.
Good kick.
All the way back to about the 9-yard line. He's going to try to run it off the left side now. He's got some room, and he has got the corner.
That's a great return.
Wow.
Holland again.
Man, he's got some speed. I mean, that is first-class speed right there. He took it from the right hash at the 9-yard line and busted it around the left side, ran around half of his team and ours, all the way out to the 40-yard line of Whites Creek. I mean, if you're watching this game with us, you could see that right there, that's college-level speed on that young man. I don't know if he's a junior or a senior, but
I think he's a sophomore, Cody.
No kidding.
Yeah. Him or the quarterback was a freshman last year. I can't remember which one it was. I should have wrote it down. But
4 wide from the shotgun. Handoff this time. They're going to run it up the middle for about a yard. Good job there by the Franklin-Simpson defense to be on top of that one. That might have been the first time we've seen a first down run. First down run that time.
And again, like earlier, they've kind of got away from what's been good to them. They're not going to run the ball between the tackles. They're just not.
No.
But they can be really good outside the tackles and throwing the ball down the field.
Here's back to pass this time. He's going to throw it off the left side, and they're going to juke a would-be tackler, and that's going to be a gain of about 8 on that play.
McDonald on that reception.
And the Cobras have a man down.
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
That's McDonald.
McDonald is down and hurt. Going to be a third and called a long 2. Looks like it ought to be 3.
I think he's got a cramp, Cody.
Yep. I'm glad it's a cramp.
Yeah. Which, considering that it's still August, we've not seen a lot of that tonight. Typically the first 2-3 weeks of a high school football season, you see a lot of that. But this, man, you referred to it earlier. This is perfect weather.
It really is.
For the first week, I remember years ago, we opened up in a bowl game at Campbellsville University.
Mm-hmm.
And I rode over there. I was spotting at that time for Mr. Mooneyhan and Mr. Thurmond. And as soon as we pulled in the parking lot, it was about 95 degrees.
Yeah.
Then it started storming. Long story short, we never played that football game.
Oh, boy.
We sat there for like 3 hours waiting on it to stop storming, and finally they just said, go home. So,
that's a painful 3 hours right there. Well, the sun has officially set on the field here at Warren East High School. We're officially playing underneath the lights now. There's a little bit of it that's catching the far side of the field through the shadows. The run is going to be good off the left side this time. The pitch off the left side, that's going to go in for a first down. That was a gain of about 5 or 6 yards there by the Whites Creek running back.
So yeah, they're doing a couple of things differently than they've done the whole game.
Running the ball.
Yeah, credit them. And they've got another
player down. We're still holding steady here, over 80 degrees at 81 right now at 12 past the hour, which, it's still basically summer.
Oh, absolutely.
We're playing football, and everybody equates football to fall weather.
Mm-hmm.
He might be hurt for real. No.
It's a cramp.
No, it's a cramp. The way the rest of the team ran away there from him, I thought, oh, no, he might be for real hurt. But it's just a cramp. Again,
football is that sport where you can start with the weather just being unbearably hot, and then by the time you get done, it can be freezing cold.
Yeah.
And from a broadcasting perspective, I would rather it be hot.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know the players would not say that, but from a broadcasting perspective, I'll take a little warmth over being freezing to death up here in a hoodie and a toboggan and everything else.
And I'm a hot weather person.
Me too.
I like the heat. Yeah. Bring on July. Yeah. I was born in July, and I think that's why I love it. Give me all the warm weather. Give me the beach. Give me some sun. Somebody says they want to go on an Alaskan cruise for vacation and look at the polar ice caps. No, you can go by yourself. I'm going to the beach, brother. Let's go. Take me to Florida. Call me Florida man if you want to.
You sound like my wife. She loves going to the beach, and I don't care about the beach. I like warm weather, but I don't care for the beach.
Oh, I want my toes in the sand. As quarterback keeper this time, he looked for about a half a second, and then he took off with
There's a flag. That's coming back, thankfully.
Flag on the play, number 3.
That almost looked like a designed QB run that time.
I think it was, but where he made his mistake, he danced around back there too long and finally made one of his offensive linemen grab somebody when he should have just ran.
That was a 1st and 10. Now it looks like we're going to be looking at a 1st and 20.
Let's see where they were at the 47. Now just be a 1st and 1st and 18, yeah.
1st and 18 now for the Cobras. Down in this one right now, 26-22 after the opening 8.5-minute drive by the Franklin-Simpson Wildcats. Just over a minute to play now here in the third.
And, that drive could have took some wind out of the Cobras' sails too. They were, they've got some guys playing both ways just like the Wildcats do. And then you got to turn around and go out there and try to play offense.
Yep.
After being on the field on defense for 8.5 minutes.
Back to pass. Thought about throwing it out to the right for a wide receiver screen. Then he pulls it down and runs with it again. That's a gain of about 5 yards. Well, I was wondering perhaps if those cramps were some, I'm holding up air quotes right now, gamesmanship that you'll see sometimes in the college game where you'll see a player just take a dive basically and fall over to try to, stop the clock or give somebody a break. But maybe they were trying to give their players a little bit of a break, some of their two-way guys, maybe those linemen, a breather.
Years ago when Western hosted Southern Miss in the conference championship game, Southern Miss had guys out there like they were getting sniped from the top of a building falling down.
5 wide receivers here back into the shotgun. He's back to pass. He's looking deep, and he's throwing
Overthrew
across the
him,
middle.
Thankfully.
Yep. He had gas beat, but he overthrew him by about 3 yards there across the middle.
3rd down, about 15.
3rd and 15 for the Cobras. A big-time 3rd down here for Franklin-Simpson. This is one that you're going to want to pay close attention to, because if the Cobras can't convert or at least get close to a 4th year, they've got to punt. Because they're at their own 48-yard line right now with 4 seconds left on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. I mean, that 3rd quarter flew by. Wide receiver in motion now is Dillard. Trips left. He's probably going to be looking that way. Yep, looking left the whole way. He's pulling it down. He's probably going to run. He's almost brought down to the backfield. Get after him. Come on. Forced out of bounds. Looks like he's going to
defense.
Jackson Gass should be credited with the sack there.
Mikey Fowler was one of them in pursuit as well. Want to make sure he gets his due. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter.
Man, that was something else. That's going to bring up a 4th and super long for the Whites Creek Cobras. But we're going to take a quick break, as that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Just like that, Franklin-Simpson's back on top, 26-22. You're listening to Wildcat Football live on 92.3 WF.
Yeah, they cannot kick the ball.
Punt goes out of bounds. Franklin-Simpson will take over.
Welcome back in, everybody, to 92.3 WFKN's live coverage of Franklin-Simpson High School's Wildcat football. My name's Cody Schuler. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. If you're joining us on 92.3, your radio dials, 923WFKN.com, or Franklin-Simpson Channel 9 on Facebook or YouTube. I'm alongside the legendary Brian Talley. And Whites Creek right now down 22-26 against your Franklin-Simpson Wildcats, has just punted, and your Franklin-Simpson Wildcats are now looking at a 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line.
You put together one of those drives you just got finished with here, Cody, and you put this game away.
I mean, that third quarter drive, it took 8.5 minutes, was just
not a good start.
Nope, not a good start here to the fourth quarter.
Hitting the backfield and lost a couple of yards.
Sure did. Loss of three on the play, but
it was Jones on the carry.
Second down, 13, Franklin-Simpson.
2nd and 13 now. The O-line had their way with the D-line of the Cobras there in the third quarter. Let's see what they got in store here on that busted play. 2 running backs in the backfield, handed off to the far back. The double handoff again goes for another huge yard. There goes Hampton. He's up the right side. He's got a blocker. He breaks a tackle. He is up the right sideline. 10, 5. Pushed down at about the 3.5-yard line. Xavier Hampton showing off the speed.
Hampton said, hold the phone on the player of the game, Cody Schuler. I'm throwing my hat in the ring.
Boy, that was, I mean, the double handoff. That's, I think, the 3rd or 4th time we've seen it tonight.
And it's worked every time.
It has worked every single time that it has been a huge gain. Hampton coming off the field here, as well as number 2, Brody Perry. Delk's got the play. He's back into the huddle. And what a turn of events that was on that huge play. 3 down running backs now here in the backfield. Handed off. McPherson's going to try to break it out, and he's brought down for about a loss of a yard.
Number 57, Jason Archibald. Loss of a couple on the play.
There's another Cobra down, this time in the end zone.
Yeah, I didn't see him go down, but he doesn't appear to be hurt badly.
I think he's cramping again. That's number 17. He was down earlier.
Yeah, he's pushing himself out of the back of the end zone here.
He's like, I'll just get out of the way. Y'all can keep playing football.
He's just sitting there. I think he's okay. It does, in fact, appear to be another cramp. Franklin-Simpson players come over to the sideline looking to get the play call. After losing a yard there, we're looking at about second and 5 to the goal. Second goal to go here from the 5. 10:44 on the clock. I believe McPherson went out of bounds there, so that probably stopped the clock. So no rush to get this play call in. Getting a bit darker here on the field. Smurf Field, as they call it here at Warren East High School. North side of Warren County.
You know, I think Warren East was the first, at least to my memory, the first high school around here that had this. They've had this turf down for a long time by turf standards.
Yeah.
And it looks like the day they put it down. I mean, it's one thing about that turf, it does not age.
No, it still looks great. I mean, this is a beautiful complex out here. 3 down running backs. Handed off to the far one. Looked like McPherson again. He's fighting for yardage. Gets it down to the 1 or the 2, right up the gut.
McPherson on the carry for Franklin-Simpson. Brought down by number 57, Jason Archibald.
We've heard Archibald's name called a whole lot.
He's been in there a lot, too, on defense.
3.
Between him and Davis, they've got themselves some players. So 3rd down from the 3-yard line.
This is a big down right here.
It sure is, because if we can go up by 6 more, that's going to get us at a 10-point game.
Yep.
And a 10-point lead against a team like Whites Creek, where they've shown the ability to throw the ball, is huge. 3 down running backs. They rush to the line, hand it off the right side. Here goes McPherson. Touchdown, Wildcats. Woo-wee. That's what you want to see right there. More and more and more ground and pound of beating this Whites Creek Cobras defense into submission. Looks like we're not going to mess around on this one. We're going to make this an 11-point ball game. McAllister is on there to attempt this extra point. Delk to hold. Here's the snap. It's down. Up through the uprights, a little bit short, but it is good. 33-22 with less than 10 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. 9:50 on the clock as Franklin-Simpson has officially taken control of this ball game here in the fourth. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you with more Wildcat football on 92.3 WFKN.
Wildcats hit the field, the best seat in the house isn't the stadium. Rack House Restaurant and Bar is your official Franklin-Simpson watch party headquarters. Every game, all season long. Bring your crew and grab your favorites from our made-from-scratch menu and catch every touchdown, basket, home run on multiple screens. Rack House Restaurant and Bar in Franklin, Kentucky, where Wildcat Nation gathers. See you at the game, right here.
Welcome back in, everybody, to 92.3 WFKN's live coverage of Franklin-Simpson High School's Wildcat football. Franklin-Simpson has officially taken control of this one here in the fourth quarter and now lead it 33-22 after being down 22-20 at half, as we're getting set to see Franklin-Simpson kick off to Whites Creek Cobras and give them back possession of the football after another Blake McPherson run in for a touchdown.
One more defensive stop may wrap this one up.
Big kickoff. Drives him back all the way to the 10-yard line. He's catching it on the back pedal. He's going to try and bust it up the left side. He's got some blockers. He gets out of bounds at the 35. Looked like a flag came in a little bit late there towards the end of that one. Might have another holding call. The way it was thrown into the pile.
35-yard line. So White Creek takes over first and 10. They're on 35.
Let's see what the call is. Maybe a block in the back.
It's going to be on Whites Creek, I think.
Yep, they're going to back it up to the 26-yard line.
Block in the back.
Yep. Sure enough. Block in the back there on the Cobras. Going to push them back 10 yards. They're going to have first and 10 from their own 26-yard line. 9:44 on the clock now. That 8.5-minute drive in the third, I mean, has really put its stamp.
It changed the whole game.
It changed everything. Now Whites Creek into the pistol formation. Trips left. There's a flag.
They just had too many men on the field, Cody. That's going to cost them 5 more yards.
Illegal substitution, Whites Creek.
Illegal substitution, Whites Creek. Too many men on the field. Another 5-yard penalty. Going to put them back to their own 21-yard line. Let's see if they stick with that pistol formation. Trips left. One lone wide receiver out far wide to the right. Hampton out there on him. Dillard's going to go in motion. Fakes the handoff. Throws it out to Dillard. Dillard gets away from Delk, busts it out the right side, runs into his own player, tries to back it up, and he gets brought down. You know, that referee right there gave him a whole lot of forward progress when he was dancing around, and he went backwards on his own, and he's going to be given a first down when he absolutely should not be given that first down.
I agree.
Completely disagree with that spot. He was given about 3 yards on that one. But he stays in bounds, which is important because that clock keeps running. Here's the handoff off the right side. And he's going to break 2 tackles, 3 tackles, 4 tackles, and finally brought down after a huge gain all the way down to the Franklin-Simpson 40-yard line off the right side. That was unbelievable right there because it was almost like they caught our defense completely off guard.
Station Camp did wind up beating Allen County 48-6.
Oof, that was a whooping. Waiting for the play call is Whites Creek, taking their time here. Talking to their coaches on the field.
They take a lot of time between plays.
This almost feels like a timeout. I didn't hear if they called a timeout or anything, but everybody's kind of looking, waiting to set. There's the whistle.
They didn't take a timeout off the scoreboard.
No,
So
they did not, but that was a long time there in between plays. I don't know what happened there. Running trips left this time. Running back in the backfield. Lone receiver to the right is Dillard. Continues with the shotgun. Low snap. Pulled back up, no problem. Tossing.
Wide open.
Wide open up the middle. Brought down after about a 20-yard gain. Down to the 20-yard line. Nope, 25-yard gain on that one. Down to the Franklin-Simpson 15.
And now they're going back to what was being successful for them earlier, but is it too little too late?
They're going to try to get this snap off quickly here as Franklin-Simpson is not going to get their players off the field in time. There's a flag on the play, running it off the right side, and he's going to run it all the way down to the Franklin-Simpson 6 or 7 yard line. Franklin-Simpson had 3 players left on the field trying to sprint off the field. That was a long way to go as they were set up all the way out on the right hash. Let's see if they accept the penalty or not, or just let it go. The penalty is declined. First and goal now. That was good enough for a first down. They have had some hurry-up offense here, and it's had our Wildcats on their heels. First and goal appears to be from the 7-yard line. Handoff off the left side, and they're trucking it in there. Touchdown Cobras. I mean, they marched down the field.
Just when you kind of thought this thing might be over, whew, it's a ball game again.
It sure is. They are not going to lay down and take an L here tonight at all at Warren East.
A 2-point conversion gets them back within 3 points. And that could be huge. I mean, clearly they don't have a kicking game, but you never know. 3 points is 3 points. If you ever had to run somebody out there into the game and just try to tie it.
Yeah.
So this is a huge 2-point conversion here.
Absolutely. I'm trying to understand what's happening here with this lineman.
They've lined up on the left side on all of their 2-point conversions. They take it over on the hash as far as you can legally.
They've got a real heavy set in right there.
They're going to run it left.
Sure are. And he's going to get in there for the 2-point conversion to make this a 33-30 ball game.
When you see them go that far to the hash and line all their big dogs up left, they're running left, and just not a whole lot you can do about it.
They had what appeared to be a lineman in there right next to the quarterback on that play, and that was something that you don't see a whole lot of. It had me kind of thrown for a loop just because the rarity of it. But we're looking at a 33-30 football game here now. All of a sudden, when we thought the Franklin-Simpson Wildcats were firmly in charge, and no siree. Whites Creek Cobras, they marched down the field almost easily, you could say.
Yeah, that was their easiest drive of the night.
For sure. They got our defense back on their heels and did not let up.
And I tell you what, Cody, these officials, they know they've got another game. They're not taking any time between scores. They get back out here and kick the ball.
Yes, they are. That was less than that was about a minute and 20-something seconds on that drive. And they went from the 21. That was a 79-yard drive that took about a minute and 23 seconds.
Now,
all right, here's the
Wildcats
kick.
Have to.
The squib.
Did it go? That ball stayed in bounds, and we picked it up and ran out of bounds with it. We should have just left it alone and hoped it went out of bounds. That would have been a penalty, but instead we've stuck ourselves back at the 12-yard line.
Absolutely. That is a –
you just got to leave that ball alone and hope it goes out of bounds.
From bad to worse right there.
Yeah.
You know, I believe that it was former University of Kentucky wide receiver / quarterback / running back Randall Cobb that made it famous. But you put your feet in the out of bounds and then you pick up the football while it's still inbounds to create that penalty. And unfortunately, we just didn't have the wherewithal to handle that. But we've got 8:06 on the clock with a 3-point lead here in the fourth quarter from our own 12-yard line. So can we continue to pound the football against the Cobras? Delk's under center, hands it off, up the middle, and he's caught in the backfield, and he's going to be taken down for a loss, gang tackled by about 8 different Cobras.
I've talked about momentum a couple of times tonight, Cody. Right now, Whites Creek has it all.
They sure do.
Wildcats have to do a good job here trying to get it back. Now you're behind the chains. That's a loss of, what, 2 or 3? 2nd and 12. That's definitely where this offense does not want to be.
Absolutely not, because you can't get pinned deep right here and then punt it away.
Yep. Not the way that Whites Creek just moved the football.
Delk under center, takes a snap,
hands
it off.
Oh,
double snap. I thought they fumbled it too. That was about that second handoff.
Yes.
That gave me anxiety is what it did. Brought up the middle. That was a decent gain there. We're going to be looking at about a 3rd and 5 or 6, something like that.
Another Cobra down.
Another Cobra allegedly down with a cramp. Man, that second one was like a touch pass handoff.
Yeah.
We tried to run it again, and while it worked, boy, it sure got close to getting picked off and blown up in the backfield.
This will be the biggest 3rd down for both teams of the night. Offensively for the Cats and defensively for the Cobras. The game could hinge on this 3rd and 5 right here.
For sure.
If you're Whites Creek, you stop the Wildcats, you're going to get the ball back. You're not going to go for it that deep in your opponent's territory with the lead. If you're Franklin-Simpson, if you pick up the 1st down, then you can really start running that offense and milking that clock.
Yeah. You know, I think we need to have somebody carry some electrolyte Gatorade over to their sideline while they're at it.
That may be what they need.
After the 5th cramping player we've seen from Whites Creek.
And, they don't have a lot of players. They have a lot of guys playing both ways. They have a lot more than Franklin does. They don't have a lot of people dressed out.
They sure don't. If you look at the Franklin-Simpson sideline, you look like you could field about 3 different football teams, whereas theirs, they got
2.
their starters and probably 15 more.
Yeah,
15. 3rd and 5. Here's the toss out to
there
the right side. Take off, young man. And I believe that was once again Jerry Williams.
Yep, Williams. Yep. That is a huge 1st down.
Williams showing off the speed. Yet again, that's good enough for a Franklin-Simpson Wildcat 1st down.
2 times tonight when Coach Chaney had to have a big run, they went to Williams, and he's delivered both times.
He sure has. And I tell you that he's been a stark difference, whereas last season we saw that speed element and a whole lot more, quite honestly, from Colin Anderson. We've seen the speed, the real speed from Williams tonight, the senior. Handed off. Looks like McPherson. McPherson takes a shot, but keeps it moving.
Yep. 6.5 minutes to play. 3-point lead. At some point, you're going to make Whites Creek start burning those timeouts.
Gain of about 7. Going to be looking at 2nd and 3 now. Good carry right there on 1st down for Franklin-Simpson. I'd look for a heavy dose of McPherson. Right here on this 4th quarter drive with an even just under 6 minutes off the clock now. 33-30 here in the 4th quarter. Delk under center, 2 backs in the backfield, and nope. Stuffed up the middle. Stuffed. Jones absolutely blown up in the middle. That's going to be a loss.
That's a loss, yeah. That's going to make it like third and 6 or 7.
5.5 to go. Loss of 3 on the play. So now looking at 3rd and 6.
Cody, do you throw the ball here?
I don't. I look for either that double handoff or the wide toss. Those have been the 2 plays that have really gone for good yardage for Franklin-Simpson tonight. I'm throwing the toss out to the left side because we're on the far right hash right here, and we've got 2 backs in the backfield, Strong on the left side with the Y and the tight end, and he's back to pass. Throws it short, and it falls incomplete into the middle, looking like they're trying to set up the running back screen pass.
Yep. And he just really threw it to nobody, really.
Threw it into a pile. And we're going to send the punt team out.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to. You can't go for it there. If they're gonna drive the ball and win the football game, you're gonna have to make them earn it, and you can't go for it here and risk giving them a short field.
Less than 5 minutes on the clock now with 4:57 to go here in the fourth quarter. Franklin-Simpson leads this one 33-30, 4th and 6, and Franklin's got their punt team on the field. Now here's a big moment for McAllister.
Ooh.
An end-over-end snap to McAllister. McAllister gets
Takes
a
a
great
Wildcat
bounce.
Yes.
That's a great bounce. All the way down to the Cobra 28. Well, we're going to take us a quick break here, and we'll be right back with you with the rest of this fourth quarter live on 92.3 WFKN.
Ready to see the world without the stress of planning? At Picture This Travel, we specialize in creating unforgettable travel experiences, tailored just for you. And now we're excited to launch Franklin-Simpson Alumni Travel. Imagine exploring incredible destinations across the globe, side by side with fellow FSHS graduates. Travel together, make new memories, and celebrate the Wildcat spirit worldwide. For more information, follow me, Julie Walters with Picture This Travel on Facebook.
And they are going to stand up the runner after a gain of about 3 yards. That clock's going to continue to tick away, 33-30 leading it with 4.5 to go. Brian, what's the defense got to do here?
If they want to run the ball like that, I think you let them, but you really have to be mindful and be protective of the pass. I think they want to kind of bait us a little bit here. We're a running team now, but that's not where their bread is buttered. Stay on your toes if you're the secondary.
They remain in the shotgun as they have all night long. 2 wide receivers set each side, and they toss it out wide there, and it's caught, and that's going to be good enough for a first down as he does fight past the first down marker. That's a gain of about 9 on the play.
And their quarterback's hurt, and the lineman, now he's got a cramp. So maybe they are. I mean, you wouldn't have your quarterback go down intentionally.
Yeah, the clock does stop there on the injury timeout.
But it would have stopped anyway on the first down, so to move the chains.
Conditioning apparently a factor here for Whites Creek Cobras.
Yeah, you'll find out the first week or two how your summer conditioning was, and I think Whites Creek coach is going to say that if all these cramps are legitimate, I think he's going to say that this team's not in the kind of shape he would want to. But that's a lineman. Yeah, he's cramping. You can see his muscle in his leg.
Yeah,
it was a lineman. I thought it was the quarterback.
I did as well, where he was laid back at, but he must have went back.
Yeah, he's hurting.
What a fun game this has been. At this point, I'm just kind of hoping that Franklin-Simpson can hold on as we are just under 4 minutes as the clock begins to tick.
Wildcats.
A bunch formation for Whites Creek, and they're going to run it off the right side.
Not
going to be a gain of about 1 or 2, 3 on the play there.
Wildcat defense needs to bow their back here.
We talked an awful lot about these linebackers between Gass, Bennett, Velasco, Franklin. And these kids have done a phenomenal job to this point. But right here, you really got to stand 10 toes down, and it's business time.
I'm looking for Holland. I'm not sure where he's lined up at.
That was only a gain of a yard. 2nd and 9 here. Here's the snap. He's looking to
Going
pass,
right.
going deep, going down the right
He's got
side.
him if
and
he's
he has
there.
got him, and he cannot call it in.
thankfully.
Oh, my word.
Goodness gracious.
Lays out for it. And right through his hands. I mean, that would have been a phenomenal play.
And that was Holland that he was looking for again.
Holland, my goodness, what a career that young man's got ahead of him. He's been a joy to watch just as a broadcaster here so far.
He can fly.
He can go. I'd like to see what his 40 time is.
3rd and 9 now. Big down here.
Sure is. 3rd and 9 from the 50.
Midfield, yep.
Here comes the Franklin-Simpson faithful cheering, coming alive. 3rd and 9 from the shotgun. Quads left, one lone receiver to the right. Can we get after the quarterback? Underneath the lights at Warren East High School. Up by 3. He's going to pull it down. He's going to try to keep it. Bouncing out to the right side. He's got a little bit of room, and he is not going to make it there. A gain of about 2, so going to look at 4th and 7.
So
7-ish.
The game's going to come down to a 4th down play.
Under 3 minutes to play now. 2:59 on the clock. 4th and 7.
Wildcats have been a little undisciplined jumping tonight on
sure
defense. You got to watch for that. You better believe Whites Creek would love to make it 4th and 2 as opposed to 4th and 7.
Their quarterback has worked the hard count very well. We've seen it 3 times tonight. Set up in the pistol formation. Working the hard count. I hear it. Yep, working the hard count, trying to get it. And they don't jump.
Yep.
Great job, Wildcats.
Yep. Those are the little things that can win or lose football games. But now you know, Whites Creek calls timeout, so now you got to come back out there and do it again because they're going to try to get you to jump again.
For sure.
But a good job on that one for sure.
Jackson Crafton, the senior right there, who's jumped off sides on that hard count a couple of times tonight, hyping up the crowd as he's walking over towards the huddle right there. Good job, young man. You deserve every bit of that hype. Being a senior leader on this team, I'm certain he was a captain here tonight ahead of start time. And 33-30, your Franklin-Simpson Wildcats are leading it. 7:46 here playing underneath the lights on Friday, August 22nd. You're listening to Franklin-Simpson High School's Wildcat Football live on 92.3 WFKN, or you're watching us right now on Franklin-Simpson Channel 9. Hopefully we got some people at the watch party down at the Rack House.
Yeah.
Man, if you ain't ever been to the Rack House, make the time to go visit the Rack House. That place. My favorite's the meatball sub.
I have not been there yet.
My favorite's the meatball sub, and I'm not even a meatball sub guy.
Okay.
I was just
I like meatball subs. So, all right, 4th and 7.
Here we go. Trips left. One lone runner in the backfield. 4th and 7. Here's the snap. Looking left, throwing right, and
Wide
he's
open.
got him down. A little too much space given. Holland again.
Holland again. I mean,
Holland again. My goodness.
If you're going to throw it to somebody, it's going to be him. I mean,
it was 4th and 7. He ran 9 yards, dug in, stopped, turned around, and the quarterback put it in his chest. What a game this quarterback has had. Big formation there. They hand it off up the middle. No gain on the play there. They're going to be stuck at the 45.
Whites Creek still with 2 timeouts. Wildcats still with all 3 of theirs if they were to need them. But if you're Franklin-Simpson, you sure don't want to see the clock stop, and it's going to stop for, is it a skirmish or an injury?
It's hard to tell right now. Looks like a player down out there.
Another Cobra down.
2:19 on the clock. Whenever he gets up, that clock will continue to tick away. It's going to be 2nd and 10. They're going to say he's down for a loss of a yard there, so 2nd and 11.
Wow.
Ball's going to be on the 41. Franklin-Simpson defense has been standing up to the task here on this final drive.
I think the Cobras have a conditioning issue. But, again, they don't have a lot of players either.
No,
and you would think for a high school that big that, you'd have a few more players on your football team. But
beautiful campus if you've never seen it.
I never have, no.
It is a beautiful campus. I believe it's close to Welch College.
Okay.
Welch College, a beautiful Christian campus there. All right, now they're getting back out on the field. They're going to run trips left, lone receiver right, one running back in the backfield.
Where's Holland?
2nd and 11. Holland lined up inside, running that wide receiver screen, going to throw it out there, and he's caught it.
Wow. The ball just finds him, don't it?
It sure does.
He's
going to run it all the way into the 34-yard line. Going to be looking at a 3rd and about 4. He gets out of bounds.
Man, that's a huge gain on 2nd and 11.
That's a good play call by the Cobras coach there, because he gets him out of bounds as well. That's a heads-up play there by Holland, even beyond what's been his calling card of just catching everything tonight. We've seen him miss one catch, and that was one that he laid out for.
Yep.
2:04 on the clock. Here's
double handoff of their
double
own.
reverse, and he's got room out on the right side. He's going to juke one player, get around it, break a tackle, and get all the way down to the 20. There's Holland again getting out of bounds. Under 2 minutes to play from the 20. They're in the red zone.
To my point earlier, Cody, at this point, I think if you're Franklin-Simpson, you not only contend with keeping them out of the end zone, but make them get to a point where they have to try to kick it to tie it. Make that happen some way, somehow. But it is 1st and 10.
1:44 on the clock. One in the backfield, out of the pistol, hands it off on the right side. He tries to dance around.
They're not getting anything out of that.
Nothing.
Their best bet if they're going to run the ball is to the left.
You know, looking ahead, even though we're in the middle of a big-time 4th quarter here as the clock continues to tick away, nobody better try to run the football on us this season.
No.
And if you do, you better have some big uglies up front to really push our guys around, because these linebackers are flying.
And again, they're not in a hurry at all.
Trips left. Dillard lined up in the slot.
1 minute to play.
2nd and 11. Back to pass. Looking for Dillard again. Out of reach that time. Going to bring up 3rd and 11. I don't know if they can even consider lining up to try to kick one in.
I don't.
They might have to go for broke.
Yeah.
And punch one into the end zone and just go for the end zone. And that's not going to leave us with any time if they do, in fact, score here, because we're less than a minute to play. 55 ticks left on the clock. Showing some poise there by taking their time in between play calls. You got to give them that much. What a ball game this has been to open the season. Here's the snap. Looking left. Going to pull it down. Go get him. He's going to have plenty of room. No, is he past the line of scrimmage? Wide open.
Touchdown.
Touchdown.
No, he wasn't past the
Whites
line, no.
Creek into the left side. It's not Dillard this time, I don't believe.
I think they said Irving maybe.
Irving with the catch there.
Is there a flag down? No flag.
No flag on the play. He looked to me like he was close to that
close.
line of scrimmage. Yeah. Another Cobra down. We're going to have 46 seconds left on the clock.
The Wildcat coaching staff asking about the line of scrimmage, and by the fact that they're just asking, they know that he wasn't past it. If they knew he was past it, they would be doing more than asking.
Yeah.
With the game on the line,
We'd
obviously.
be doing cartwheels out there if it was past it. It was close, I do believe.
Had to be close. Had to be close.
Yeah.
But, man, how do you lose that kid in the end zone?
Well,
but kudos to the quarterback. He kept that play alive a long time.
He sure did. He went up the middle, up in the pocket, and danced around out the left side, ran way more forward than probably what he should have, extended the play. Good job there by the Cobras wide receivers to get open, and they now take the lead 36-33.
Now talking about 3 points. This is a huge 2-point conversion for Whites Creek. If Franklin can somehow stop them, you've got a chance.
Got a chance.
To get down in field goal range. At least you've got a puncher's chance at that point.
Brady McAllister, the junior kicker, They are trying to
dragging
pull.
that young
they are
man.
dragging.
Bless his heart.
Oh, my goodness. They are dragging him off the field.
Tyler Eaton, and I'll trust his opinion.
I've never seen this.
He must be watching. He says that he was about a half yard behind the line of scrimmage. So
okay. Well, Tyler, thank you, sir.
Shout
out Tyler, longtime broadcaster here with Franklin-Simpson.
And I know Tyler is probably home with his girls tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
But the second best place he would want to be is right here.
Absolutely.
Well,
you traded one redhead out for another.
Well, and I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. No. Tyler is a pro's pro, I'll tell you what.
Yes, he is. Here's the snap. Handed off up the middle. They're going to try. It looks like they're going to stop him.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
So that's huge. I mean, that is huge.
Big time. So Brody McAllister with, I believe it was a 41-yard kick a season ago, was his long. Now that's big-time kick for a sophomore, showing a lot of leg, and you would hope that he might be able to repeat that coming into this season. But there's 46 seconds on the clock. We've thrown the ball 3 times this game. Brady Delk is 0 for 3.
And at this point, you have to throw the ball.
You have to.
This is where the type of offense we run can hinder us somewhat in a point in the game where you just simply have to throw the ball. You don't have a choice.
Hampton and Perry deep.
Now, you may be able to run a running play or two, given you've got 3 timeouts.
Yes.
You've got time to try to bust one. But at some point in this drive, you're going to have to throw the ball.
For sure. So they've squibbed it all game, and I don't think that's by design. I think that's just the best that they can do.
I think that's just what they do.
That's just the best that they can pull off with their kicker.
And you have to be careful on that. It hits somebody, and they recover it, then the game is over.
Here comes the kick. It
he
is a
kicked it
short
right
one. He kicks it out of bounds.
And I don't know why they would do that.
Wow. That goes out of bounds.
Unless they respect our guys that much that they're just absolutely not going to kick the ball to them. But, man, you gave the ball to us at 35-yard line.
Sure enough, that one goes out of bounds. Penalty there on the Cobras kicker. No time off the clock there either. So that's another important
Nobody
factor.
touched it. Clock doesn't start. So, Franklin's going to decline the penalty and make them kick it again.
Okay.
A little gamesmanship there.
You could have had it at the 35 versus.
Now you just have to hope this doesn't work out worse than.
Back them up a good ways. Let's see if we come out any better on this end.
And I think if you're Whites Creek's kicker, just kick the ball down the middle of the field and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure what the penalty would be if he kicks it out of bounds here. Do they still go to the 35, or would that by default move the?
So it went from kicking at the 40 back to their own 35 here.
So does that mean he'd bring the ball out to the 40 if it goes out of bounds here? I don't know. Honestly, don't know.
Late player running on the field here in special teams for Whites Creek. Going to be
and they're going to call a timeout.
Yeah.
They're not real sure what they want to do with it. And again, I mentioned that this type situation kind of puts us behind the 8 ball, not wanting or feeling like we can throw the ball effectively a lot. Situations like this put a team like that behind the 8 ball. They don't know where to kick the ball,
No.
And that has to be for a coach. That has to be just a mind-boggling thing. Like, do I just tell him to kick it out of bounds again and hope for the best? Do we squib it down? Do we who knows?
Well, I'm looking at McAllister down there trying to keep his leg warm, taking his steps, going from side to side on the deep end of the field. He's down around the 25 on the sideline, if you can see him. And there's Delk. He's trying to stay warmed up, too, keeping the arm warmed up, throwing with the coach.
He knows he's going to have to throw the ball.
He's taken some shotgun snaps here because he's going to need all the time he can get, because Whites Creek is no doubt going to pin their ears back because it's without a doubt a passing situation.
And let's see what the Cobras have decided to do with
here comes the
kicking
kick.
The ball. He'll kick it right down the middle.
Yep. And McPherson's going to one-hand catch it, and he's going to.
Oh no!
He's running backwards.
Yeah. He fumbled it. He's down.
He's down. He was dragged down, pulled backwards there. He's going to be upset with himself over that play, but McPherson's had a phenomenal game, no doubt about it. Just not the play that they wanted with that one. Yeah, he's visibly upset from our distance.
At that point, you might just, and everything, obviously, hindsight's always 20/20, but you might just say it would have been a lot simpler if he had just got down.
Just get down.
Kill the clock, get down,
5 seconds do tick off the clock there. 41 seconds left. Franklin-Simpson now behind, 33-36. They give up an 11-point lead.
I think you can run this ball one time if you're just married to that, but
set up in the shotgun.
But you really need to throw it. And
still a bunch formation. Nobody out wide. Fake the handoff. He's looking deep. He gets hit as he throws. Picked off. Yeah. And Whites Creek's going to return it. He might run it back rather than getting down. And he's going to
score.
He's going to score. Yep, sure enough. That's going to run this one 42-33 now with 27 seconds left on the clock. Whites Creek celebrating.
This game was 33-22 at one point.
33-22.
Yeah.
With about
let me check.
9.5 minutes to go, I believe it was, on the
clock.
Got
it in here. Let me see.
And they scored with 8:07 left.
At the end of the third quarter, it was 26-22 us, and we scored right out of right when the fourth quarter started. So yeah, early in the fourth quarter, we had an 11-point lead, and we haven't scored since. They've scored 20 points.
Sure have.
And that will cause the Franklin faithful to pack up, head south, and get ready to host the Warren Central Dragons next Friday night. Speaking of the Dragons, the last score I had, they were down 21-8 against Warren Central. So you got to believe next week will be an opportunity to pick up a win on a Warren Central program that has struggled for a long, long time.
A lot of years.
They didn't used to, man. They used to be the stuff around here.
When I was in school, dating myself here back in the early 2000s, it's my 20-year high school reunion. I remember they had a player that he ended up playing at the University of Kentucky.
Yes.
I cannot remember his name to save my life, but he was a phenomenal basketball player. He was a part of their state championship basketball team.
I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name either.
His specialty, because he was a phenomenal athlete, was blocking kicks. And he would come in the game pretty much on special teams just to block kicks. And I remember that season, he had 4 or 5 block kicks for UK. He was a great player, but we are long since those days at Warren Central. The Dragons down a little bit.
It doesn't really make sense that that school would struggle in football. But, boy, they don't struggle at basketball. So,
no, they do not. I mean. One of my favorite players, a Hilltopper, Cade Unseld, looks like he's going to be healthy for the season.
Looking forward to seeing him play.
Me too. Cade Unseld for the Hilltoppers. He's going to be a phenomenal player this upcoming season. Now, here they come on for the 2-point conversion. Do the Whites Creek Dragons.
They'll run it.
Or Dragons, pardon me. Cobras.
Cobras, Dragons,
That's going to be a failed 2-point conversion. 27 seconds left, and they're going to kick it off to the Wildcats yet again.
And, Cody, it's one of those things, and everybody that's ever broadcast games with me, football games at Franklin, we've talked about this over the years. You're not an offense that's comfortable throwing the ball. And then when you get it, like I said, when you get in positions where you have to, and things like that happen, that just makes it where you don't – the next time you're in that spot, you're not – it's like a snowball going down the hill.
Yeah. That third quarter drive where we took 8.5 minutes.
I thought the game was over, to be honest with you.
I did too. We had so much control, so much momentum. Whites Creek looked dead in the water.
Yep.
And they come back on that drive there that took about 1 minute and 23 seconds off the clock, where they looked like a pro-style offense.
By the way, you're listening to 92.3 WFKN, Franklin, Kentucky.
Just after the 8 o'clock hour here. 27 seconds left on the clock. We're down by 9 at this point. The game is all but over, barring some sort of a phenomenal miracle, which it would take about 3 miracles in order to come back to this one. They're going to kick it out of bounds again.
Yeah, they just don't care anything about Franklin returning the ball. And
they're going to decline the penalty again, too. Make them kick it again. Yeah.
Well, maybe I wouldn't down 9 points with 27 seconds left, because at this point it's kind of, but
kind of a null point here.
Yeah.
But they're going to make them play football.
Yeah.
Make them play football here. Special teams going to remain out on the field. Lined up and back them up 5 more yards. Shout out to, we're going to go on and call it. How you feel about this one here?
Absolutely.
Blake McPherson, senior number 6. We're going to call him our Pelican Snowball Player of the Game here tonight. Couple of
goes
touchdowns.
Out of bounds again.
Wow. Out of bounds yet again. Let's see if we decline and back them up and make them kick it again.
And don't you know, if you're a fan of one of the 2 teams that still has to play tonight, you're like, would you quit this?
Yeah.
I certainly would be.
Warren East.
They declined it again.
Warren East is begging for an end to this one.
Yes, and the team that drove down here from Indiana, is begging for
Yes. They hopefully have got themselves all settled in at the hotel and ready just to go back and lay down. Kickoff this time is going to be from the 30-yard line for the Whites Creek Cobras.
At this point, I think I'd almost do it, not intentionally, but do an onside kick, not to get the ball back, but just, out of bounds.
Out of bounds again.
Goodness gracious.
Brother, just kick it with the side of your foot. Wow. As I was saying, though, Blake McPherson, the senior number 6, our Pelican Snowball Player of the Game. Shout out Pelicans. They are a staple in my household for my kids.
Yeah, if you got kids, that's Pelicans is right up there with McDonald's, in levels of importance. And we're going to kick the ball for the 4th time.
You got a favorite flavor? Mine's orange dreamsicle.
Red, just anything red.
Yeah. My wife, she's a little bit old school. She likes the tiger blood.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
I'm a like, if it's Gatorade or anything like that, I'm a fruit punch type person, and I don't vary from that a whole lot.
Kicking off from the 25 this time. It's going to go out of bounds again. Wow. I've been watching football all of my life, and I've never, ever seen anything like that.
And bless his heart, I don't think he's trying to kick it out of bounds now.
I don't think he is.
I don't think he's trying to do that. I just think
5 straight kicks out of bounds.
I just think he can't do anything else with it.
At what point does the Whites Creek coach send out a new kicker? And it looks like we might here.
Yep.
We've got a new kicker. There we go.
We have got back to the 20-yard line, and we're going to let somebody else try. And don't you know, this young man was over on the sideline. Please, Coach, let me try. Just let me try, Coach.
Absolutely.
He might bust it all the way down.
Let's see what happens here with a new kicker. Looks like he's probably a big O lineman. And he's just going to.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I think they just found themselves a new kicker.
There we go. Hampton picks it up around the 45. He's going to return it to the opposing 45, down all the way to the Whites Creek 41 as Hampton's helmet comes off.
Things are happening.
Or Hampton's helmet comes off. Pardon me. That was a little painful.
Well, you can know, Cody, that you will never forget the first game you broadcast in football. You saw 5 or 6 kicks at the end of the game. Like, you'll never forget that.
5 straight out of bounds. And multiple for the game. I don't have a count on that.
Now another
flags
flags
on the play,
fly.
blown up before the play gets off. Delk was in the shotgun.
I still remember my first football game. We played at Elizabethtown. I'm pretty sure we won. Yeah, I know we won.
You know,
we didn't lose that year, I don't think, but maybe once. That was a state championship year in 2018.
What a gut punch this one has been here tonight, though.
This is a tough loss. This is a game that I think when you look at the schedule, if you went down through it and put a W or an L beside it, if you're affiliated with Franklin-Simpson, you put a W beside it. And to lose it, especially the way that we did, is going to sting. And, going to have to get these guys the heads back for next Friday night, because Warren Central or not, it's still a football team that's going to have a lot of athletes, going to have some speed, just like this team we're playing tonight does. So you have to flush this quickly and get back on the horse.
For sure. Delk rolled out of the pocket there and threw one out to the left side of the field, made his first completion of the evening. That was a good gain on there. I'm not exactly sure how many yards as that one went for. He was out of bounds to stop the clock with 13 seconds left.
The clock keepers just quit telling us where the ball's at. It's on the 23 now. Okay. So that was an 18-yard gain.
Delk back to pass, rolling out to his right. Over the top of McPherson's head that time, out of his reach. Less than 10 seconds now on the clock. So
I'm sure that Coach Cheney will come up and talk to you post-game. Give his thoughts.
What a tough one this has been to this point. But all in all, prior to that Cobras touchdown to take the lead, the initial lead to go up 36-33, you take away the interception return for a touchdown. This was a phenomenal game.
I mean, if you just came up here tonight and didn't care who won the football game, you've been entertained,
Incomplete across the middle there by Delk. Takes another 5 seconds
and
off
we
the
mercifully still have 4 seconds to play in a game that's going to be almost 2.5 hours.
11 minutes past the 8 o'clock
No, it is.
hour.
It's past 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
8 o'clock
sure
would have been
is.
2.5 hours.
4 seconds left on the clock as Killian Thompson runs out onto the field.
Barring a
Senior
penalty,
tight end.
this should be the last play of the game.
Delk from the shotgun. 3 wide receivers out. 1 running back in the backfield. Chips one off, and he's going to roll to the right. He's going to be sacked, and they're going to call him down.
That'll do it.
Sacked for a loss. That is going to do it here tonight. Your final score, Whites Creek 42, Franklin-Simpson 33 from Warren East High School in the J. Allen Builders Bowl game on opening weekend here for the 2025 Franklin-Simpson Wildcat football season. A gut punch here tonight for the Wildcats, but you know what? I believe we can come back from this one as we're going to pick up where we left off right here and look to take out the Warren Central Dragons at home next Friday night. Brian, the legendary Brian Talley, I can't thank you enough.
Thank you, Cody,
for being here with me.
It's going to be a fun season. I'm looking forward to hanging with you, getting to know you better. And,
Absolutely.
We have some shared loves of Franklin-Simpson, of WKU. I mean, so, we got a lot in common, and I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. I'm looking forward to seeing what this team can accomplish on the year. Seeing what Coach Max Cheney has in store for.
And they'll get better.
Absolutely.
Coach Cheney's teams always get better as the season moves along. So you know that they will. And listen, I'll be quite honest with you. Whites Creek's better than I thought they would be.
Me too.
I'm still not sure they're better than we are. They were tonight, though, and that's all that counts.
Yes.
But they when I started doing some homework on them and finding out what I could,
Yeah.
I felt like, and you don't say this really before the game, but I felt like it was a game that Franklin-Simpson would win. And I thought, and I might have said this, I thought we would win it handily.
I did as well.
And to not do that is disappointing. But it's the first game and not the last one.
Right.
So you just have to look at it that way as the next two teams come out on the field. And, man, are they going to have a beautiful night for football.
They sure are. I mean, we're playing underneath the lights here.
Shoo.
Way out at Warren East High School where you got nothing but farmland around you, and it ain't nobody but us and the mosquitoes out here.
And I hadn't even seen any of those yet. So.
Just wait till we get out of it. They're here.
Yeah.
They're always here. But a whole lot to build upon for this team as well. As I said, to kick this broadcast off, we lost two players that pretty much controlled the offense a season ago in Lane Alford and Colin Anderson, two now college athletes at their respective universities. And so a whole lot of this was usage for the first time that we saw from Blake McPherson, from Xavier Hampton. Brady Dell got some of his same usage from a season ago. Aiden Jones maybe with a few extra carries.
Looks like Coach Cheney is making his way over here, so I'm going to take my headset off. Oh, maybe that's not Coach Cheney. I thought that was Coach Cheney. Now I've lost Coach Cheney.
I have as well.
Well, nevertheless, we'll need to take a break while we wait on him anyway. So.
For sure. Well, Brian, I do want to one more time say thank you, sir.
We'll see you next Friday night.
Yep.
Looking forward to it already.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our post-game wrap-up with head coach Max Cheney.
Wildcats hit the field. The best seat in the house isn't the stadium. Rack House Restaurant and Bar is your official Franklin-Simpson watch party headquarters. Every game, all season long. Bring your crew and grab your favorites from our made-from-scratch menu and catch every touchdown, basket, home run on multiple screens. Rack House Restaurant and Bar in Franklin, Kentucky, where Wildcat Nation gathers. See you at the game, right here.
Well, we're right here. We're in town. If somebody has an issue, we're there either that day or the very next day. So we're able to get to it quick and fix whatever issues anybody has.
Better speeds. I feel like it's a lot more reliable. With other services, you might get interference during like the weather or something, and you might lose service and have to wait for it to dry out again or something like that. But with fiber, you won't ever have that issue just because it is glass. So you can't really, weather's not really going to affect it much unless like a tree tears it down or something. We provide the city and the county. So within city limits, and then most areas that Warren provides electric service to out in the county.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust them.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
Accidents happen in a split second, but the repair doesn't have to be a headache. At Eaton Collision in Franklin, we bring your car back to life with expert repairs and a flawless finish. We'll work directly with your insurance company to make the process quick, easy, and hassle-free for you. From dents to major damage, trust Eaton Collision to get you back on the road fast.
Ready to see the world without the stress of planning? At Picture This Travel, we specialize in creating unforgettable travel experiences, tailored just for you. And now we're excited to launch Franklin-Simpson Alumni Travel. Imagine exploring incredible destinations across the globe, side by side with fellow FSHS graduates. Travel together, make new memories, and celebrate the Wildcat spirit worldwide. For more information, follow me, Julie Walters with Picture This Travel on Facebook.
In Franklin, we keep things moving, from the work trucks to the family vans. We all need a pit stop now and then. At Grease Monkey of Franklin, we make oil changes fast, friendly, and reliable for personal vehicles and entire fleets. Whether you are headed out on a road trip or making deliveries across the county, our certified technicians will keep your engine running clean and strong. We treat every car like it's our own. Our goal is simple: get you in, out, and back on the road with confidence. Fleet service? No problem. We work with local businesses to keep their teams moving without the downtime. And right now, mention FS Channel 9 and get 9% off your full synthetic oil change. Grease Monkey Franklin, home time service that is done right, done fast, and built for the road ahead. Visit us at Grease Monkey across from Walmart and Nashville Road, Franklin, Kentucky.